And is able to arrange it.
Are we live?
Of someone's
it's in
voice,
Clifford where he's like, I've got a bomb.
We're
good? We're live, everybody. Welcome to Awesome Talk, Season 11, Episode 6, on May 28, 2019. We are live here. Okay, can everybody hear us? Are we good? I don't see any happy emojis jumping up.
You might want to move those for the mic.
Oh, yeah, good point. That should be
second behind us. Now my hand will pop it over.
Can you guys hear us? Who the hell is in the chat, man? Well, my mom is there, that's for sure. Hi, Mom. How are you?
Oh, that's right.
There's my
real quick.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to my mother. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday to Pat's mom. It's her birthday. Now we're talking.
All right.
Slinky. So we have a great show for you tonight.
This makes me look like a fucking scumbag.
Well, what with your mixed six pack?
Like Ray brought one just to put in front of us.
Let's put all my empties in front of you.
So we have a great show for you tonight. Holy fuck, man. Tonight we have from What They Should Have Done
like you
podcast.
Forgot who everyone was for a second.
These three right here.
Oh.
Sarah Casey is here. Also hip-hop artist Ray Strife, who hasn't been here in 2 fucking years, dude. I can't believe it's been 2 years,
Still
dude.
alive.
You know what's weird, man? Can I ask you something? As a performer, right?
Yeah.
You're constantly living your life on a countdown. So time feels weird, right?
Isn't everybody, though?
Yeah, but you've always got a show coming up. You've always got to get ready for this. You've always got to ready. So 2 years to me feels like it goes much faster than it goes for other people.
I thought it was way less, and then I'm
Way
just
less.
dating it because I was like, that was the first time I ever did that song.
Yeah.
Was that episode, and that was way before the album came out.
And that fucking video blew up too,
Yeah,
man.
it was cool. Well,
that was dope, dude.
You know, for me it blew up. I don't know about your guys' numbers, but yeah.
We're so happy.
Yeah, now it's good to be back.
And filmmaker Tony Goggles is here as well, man. Clinky, that shit, man. We are so excited to have you here, dude. We want you to have you on the show a fucking season, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm excited. I'm ready.
And also hanging out with us back in the house tonight is Rob Marchi.
How do you do?
All right.
Thank you for fucking hanging out tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll do a classic around the bar just to get us off the ground. I'm your host, Rick.
Woo!
Rob?
Sarah.
Ray.
Tony.
I'm Pat.
Sarah.
I'm Matt.
Mac the host. Okay, welcome to the bar, everybody. Welcome. And thank you, thank you everybody who's watching and sharing and all of the good shit. So,
How do you think society would be different if applauding had gotten popular instead of handshakes?
You just clap at each other when you do
Yeah.
it?
yeah.
Fucking good to see you, Dad.
Yeah, they're called a tag. They're called a tag.
Everybody
Oh,
gets
don't you
around
Good morning, Rob Marchi.
And like people think that
morning,
like
Rick.
strong
Good morning.
handshakes
Good
are
morning.
a sign of something.
And I'm
So like
morning
maybe
to
like a
you.
strong
Yeah,
clapper.
all right.
Well, how about this? This is an actual thing. In
Okay.
Japan, they don't clap at performances. So you're playing and they make no noise, nothing. They just look at you.
You're like, thank you,
Why?
Dark City!
And so even if they like it, they won't applaud.
Wow.
It's silence.
Out of what they think is respect, or
They-
is
That's
you
it
just the culture.
you look
there.
foolish
it's-
applauding.
And,
Yeah.
and performers even say it's like so weird because you go to another country and everybody's like cheering you on. This and
Sure,
that.
sure.
And you go there and it's like uncomfortable.
I'm
and
glad
it's
you
like,
told me that.
Yeah.
When I go to Japan, I'm
Right,
like,
sure,
you
sure.
fucking losers think you're better than me. Fucking got me out
I'm
here
over here
before.
performing and you motherfuckers won't even clap.
Right?
Banned in Japan.
So, I wanted to bring up an inflammatory topic right off the bat tonight.
Always good.
All right.
Okay, were you ready?
I'm ready.
This is gonna be bad.
Okay, so here we go. It's going to be bad.
You started out with inflammatory.
Inflammatory. So, okay, so let me get the whole thing out first.
That's what she
She
said.
said,
No, that's one. That's one.
Oh, all right.
we
You
don't
guys
have
are
to
in the right
cheers that.
place.
That was
In the
bad.
right place. So, we got these abortion laws going on in other states that are really, really horrifying. Now, so here's the trend that I see and I want to respond to the trend just a little bit. The trend that I see goes like this. Old white men need to stay the fuck out of abortion laws. I agree completely and totally with this, obviously. In fact, my opinion is if you can't have a baby, you need to shut the fuck up, because this is none of your business, okay? Now, yes, old white men, particularly Republicans, particularly people who are religious, have a huge fucking influence on what's going on here, right? But there is somebody else who is a real weird problem to me that doesn't get mentioned nearly as much. And that is the legion of women who back these laws up loudly. Who loudly are like, yes, this is what we need because every child is a gift from God. Right?
That's like a religious thing, though.
Yeah, I think it's all religion, basically.
And the separation of church and state needs to happen more than it actually is right now.
Yeah.
It's not at all.
It's not at all,
Yeah, it's
exactly. The lines
weirdly
are
worse.
crossed.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
ultimately, the laws that are put together by those people are predominantly from the conservative side of things, and they tend to kind of strictly tie themselves to religion.
Sure.
Yeah, but
And,
why is their religion right?
I mean, they've been killing babies since the beginning.
And
of
in the
fucking
Bible,
time,
it says
so, I mean,
life doesn't
they
start
wait
until
till
the
the baby's
baby's
born
first
to do
breath. It says it right in there.
Yeah.
Wow, there you go. This is a fucking
So
winner.
why are they all crazy about this? If that's like they pretend to be religious, and
think
what
they're
are
all-
you?
There are also people who don't have to like deal with stuff like that either. They're all privileged, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Whatever
right.
they want, they get right
Well,
away.
as soon as their
They can
mistress
take
is
care.
pregnant,
Yeah.
they tell you they're in a different state.
They can take
Fucking
care of
abortion.
9 babies, or people, things like that don't happen. To
Don't
them,
you often
know what I
think,
mean?
though, like, this is one of those issues that, just like all the other fucking issues, those people that are in government that try to make these decisions and put these laws together, they're kind of pandering. They don't really believe in half of this
That's
shit.
what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the people that are live on camera,
Yeah.
putting the bills together, fighting for the bills and shit, they're pandering to a community, particularly the Christian community,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
back them in votes. And they come out of the mouths and they come out of the brainchild minds of these fucking people that bang strippers and get random ass,
Yeah, gay guy, like
20-year-old
gas
pregnant
stations
when they're
have gay-
65 years old and have like out of wedlock children and shit like that, and they're
Yeah.
hypocrites. They're all
Yeah.
just hypocrites. That's what it all comes down
Most
to.
people,
So-
when they do fight for a bill, end up getting busted for like the same thing. Like if they're against gays, they end up coming out like they're
Right.
gay,
Yeah, right.
hiding it.
Sure.
Right.
Hiding it. And like you said, in a gas station or an airport
Yeah,
bathroom
yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that, it comes
Yeah,
out.
or they like abuse fucking people.
At the glory hole.
Fucking
Yeah.
Scumbags.
Yeah. Well, one of these fucking politicians who is staunchly against, not just staunchly against
kick
abortion.
save in a
Wow.
few.
Woo!
That was
well done.
impressive.
That right there, my man. That's highlight worthy. You gotta get
Again, he's slow
zoom in on that shit. Like,
No. But these fucking guys, one of them who was staunchly supporting this shit, he just had to like fucking resign because his mistress, he tried to get his mistress to have an abortion after he fucking like went out there and fought for this shit to be one way. Why the fuck are they fighting for this shit, man? What the fuck are they doing, dude?
Well, the church still likes babies being born, so they have something to fuck later.
I think,
Yeah.
I think not much later. I think at the end of the day, it's pretty much like every other law or anything else, man. I mean, it comes down to special interest groups. It comes down to who's going to garner votes, and it's people who run for politics that by the time they actually get into the political realm, they're so far fucking removed from what is actually happening in the world.
Yeah.
They're usually in their late 50s, early 60s, if not later than that. Those are the ones that are pushing for the bills. If they're not, they're trying to kickstart their political career. So it's the same thing with gun laws. It's the same. I put gun laws and abortion almost in the same category. The country's split roughly 60-40 on the issue. The 40% are always the harder ones to get to turn or even
Yeah.
see the light about
You
things.
take my
because-
guns from my child's
That's it,
dead
man.
cold unborn hands.
Right, and it's incredible how it affects things, and historically speaking, how the states come in to become states, how young they really are, and how they see things about what goes on in there. It's the same with weed.
Yeah.
Those three hot
Oh,
button
yeah.
items are all kind of deliberately put out there by
Yeah.
politicians to pander to a particular base.
Can I
of
say
people.
something though? On the one hand, I understand pandering, but we've crossed some weird lines here where it's not. I worry that it's not pandering anymore. When you say police are going to investigate you and you have a miscarriage, I feel like it's gone
That's
past
fucked.
pandering, and now we've gotten into some serious up in your shit type
Is
of
that
shit.
a serious
Well, I
thing?
think it's simple, actually. You just follow the money. Look, privatize prisons,
Right.
taxpayers, soldiers. These are all things that babies give them. We're just another. They want people to be in the system. Population matters on how much a state gets every year. You know, like
To the point though, where you're gonna tell
where
people
you just
if it's
want numbers.
incest.
You just want numbers. They don't give a shit about us. They don't care if somebody's alive or
I know.
not.
No, I know what you
mean,
mean.
they
Taxpayer
do.
dollars,
Once you're in Social Security number,
Right.
taxpayer, soldier, done. Now they don't care what you do.
Yeah.
I'd like to say something.
Yeah, please.
So I read an article today, and viewers at home, correct me if I'm wrong. Clarence Thomas made a statement today that he is against abortion because it's a form of racial eugenics. And I found that viewpoint on it kind of odd.
Is the viewpoint
Wow.
that is the implication that
oxymoronish, like-
statistically, like doctors are more likely to recommend abortion to minorities, minority patients, than they would be to white
Well,
patients?
I
Is
feel
that
like it.
the implication?
I guess maybe that's where he's coming from. I feel like that's still a very short-sighted.
Absolutely.
Like, are you-
Opinion.
like
I think they would
eugenics
want
kind of thing, like
minorities
like
to
we're
have
gonna
kids.
aim
So
Yeah,
they
they would
have
want
them in
that, yeah.
jail.
for
Right.
only
Yeah,
minorities.
that's part of the
That,
privatized
that
prison
was
system.
the quote
Right.
that was pulled from that article
It's
that drew
funny,
me in to read
like,
it.
the
and
minute you started talking
it
about
blew
that, my
my
thought
mind.
was with what we're talking about politics, like with the immigrant population and the argue about illegal immigration. Like, what about when those illegal immigrants start populating and populating and populating? Like, I find it ironic that the same people that fight against natural-born citizenship for people who were born here, even though they come from illegal parents, are the first to jump on the non-abortion stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's like complete opposite. It's really like whatever day they feel like waking up and talking about an opinion, it doesn't always
Yeah.
affect what really weighs in on their lives.
Right,
It's,
right.
You know, if you try to throw it to them and say you're a hypocrite, they're all of a sudden like, oh, well, you're a fucking
Plus,
asshole.
there's more
The conversation
You don't know what
is
you're
over.
talking
And they're
about.
getting lobbied and stuff too. You know, someone's paying them
Yeah,
to say
there's
what they're
buku
saying.
dollars.
Politics,
Care.
it's money and power. That's what it all boils
And
down
church
to.
is just like whatever in the fucking 30s and 40s. You go to church and I met Craig. He's going to give me a good job selling lawnmowers down there.
Right.
It's like it's the same thing, but on a
Yeah.
world scale. It's
Right,
like, well,
right.
if I fucking shake hands with the Pope and then I can get blown wherever I want.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
fucking
right.
Kids can die as long as I get paid. I don't give a fuck. You know,
Yeah.
I'm for the war, against abortion. Like, it's all fucking bullshit. Like, no one fucking cares about the moral
Yeah.
thing. At the
Yeah,
end
they
of
want
the
to
day.
vote. They want this. They want that. It's all superficial.
Pandering.
And then
Everyone
once
gets
you-
the fucking money. It's like $10 billion. You're like, oh, $10 billion. That's just for his campaign. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't
But the
matter. He lives on the
implications are
moon
what
in a palace.
problem really is. Like the oppression of women and all this other shit is like what's
Yeah.
really happening. Even
Yeah.
though it might be a superficial reason why they're doing it for
Right.
money, but it's like this is a serious issue.
It's the same reason
Yeah,
you
it's
get the
serious
president,
issue.
man. It's fucking a bunch of fucking shitty white people are scared that they're not going to be in charge anymore.
Yeah.
So you scare them, you know, and then that's
Right.
like God, and you
Scare your
'em,
base, dude.
And you get then. Now
Yeah,
they're
I mean they
fucking-
call everybody else minorities, but we're like white people are starting to become the minority.
Yeah.
And
Don't
so
say-
don't they say it out loud,
that
man.
scares the
They're
hell out of
beginning
them.
to-
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it does. It scares.
You can
yeah.
see it. And every all these politicians like they bring it up and
Well,
they're like,
what's
"Oh."
interesting is you were talking about eugenics and how this topic touches that. And I saw an article recently that said that this was about that some of it had to do with white power shit, like KKK shit. Like
It's possible.
you don't
The
want to be
abortion
killing
stuff
white.
there or
Yeah,
no?
you don't want to be killing white babies.
Right, we need more. We need more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they all
Yeah.
fucking wear hoods when they go home anyway.
And it's all the
Yeah.
states where it's
Yeah.
predominantly that kind of
Fucking
people.
Oh yeah, look what John's saying. It's-
Okay, hold on. I got a couple of people saying.
got-
First, I want to
he's
say
got a
hi to
point there.
Amy, hi to Keith Kenny, who's going to be on the next show. John Walsh. Look at where 90% of these laws are being put into place.
Bible Belt.
I live in a
Agreed.
state where it wouldn't surprise me if it passes soon either. But mind you, I am in the heart of the Bible Belt. Don't you kind of think? And I'm not even the first person I've heard to say this. I think it was Doug Stanhope actually said it. One of those guys said it. Don't we kind of feel like we live in two countries?
Oh
Yeah,
At least.
multiple countries.
You know what I mean? Like I don't give a fuck what you do in Alabama, dude. That's a whole other goddamn universe.
The tri-state
Right.
area is like its own country compared to
Yeah,
three
totally.
states over.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
travel
mean?
a lot too, and it's like it is like you think every day I'm like it's 2019. Why is this in the news? Why is this a thing at all? And then I go a half hour into PA, and I'm like, oh yeah, no one gives a fuck about what we think on
Or
the
yeah,
East
you go
Coast.
to like New
We're a
England,
bunch of idiots.
up
Yeah,
north. It's like they're all the same freaking states up there.
Right, right.
Yeah,
They
it's
like all
weird.
blend together, and
Yep.
you're like, what's going on up here?
Well, that's I made that point last show. It was like basically like you look at the United States and we get all hyped up over the flag and how a bunch of how crazy the country is and how wonderful we love everything all together. But the reality is we're completely
Right.
separated. Like, we just agree to be Americans.
Right,
Like, we
right.
see that, and we've got that whole love of the glory and that shit. But in reality, every state always wants its own liberties to do whatever it wants.
And the question that I was bringing up in this conversation is, what the hell is America exactly?
Right, that's what I'm going to say, because some people think, like, well, this is America. This is the way America's supposed to be. They don't understand the way we think.
Right,
Like, no,
right.
this is what America should be.
Well, that's
Land
the
of
whole
the
thing with
whole,
the gun
the free
laws.
and brave and free.
See,
But
you're
like
not
oppressing
American.
me.
You don't even know
I
how
don't
to
give
say
a
it. That's
shit.
it.
Yeah, right.
But it's like Christianity,
Right.
man. It's like, you know, it's like any religion. Everybody looks at it differently and kind of
And they just pick and
interprets
choose
it the way
what
they
they like
want,
to
and
do.
it starts arguments, fights, wars, all
Right.
that shit, man.
The main problem is like someone like us could say, hey, I don't agree with what you're choosing to do, but I respect that that's what you want to do. Is that totally works, whereas other people say, I don't respect that you're doing that because my God said it's wrong, and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
trumps any law that
Yeah.
is
Fuck you.
created.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's
Fuck
a
what you
whole other
believe.
type of fucking issue.
Yeah.
So that's two things that you can never, like, that's not, there's no compromise in that in any way, so.
And the contradictions that come with it are what really, really just hurt me, dude. So, like, there's a story going around. I don't know if it was ever verified real or not, but this girl's like 12 years old and she got raped by her uncle and she's pregnant, and now because of the state laws she has to carry the baby to term and
You know,
all this shit.
and they'll fuck you if you go out
And
of
he'll,
state
like,
and
get
come
custody
back.
of her.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll arrest you for doing it out of state where it's
Yeah,
legal.
like you left a
It's
country
fucking
to do it and
crazy.
came back to another
Yeah.
country to do
You can
it.
even see too a lot of those states that are doing this, they're all clustered together. So a
Yeah.
lot of these people,
Yeah.
they don't have the means
Yeah, where the
to
fuck are
even
they
get
going?
this procedure done. Now they got to travel like hundreds
it's
of
already
miles
they're
if
already
they wanna
fucking
do it.
poor, you
But
know.
they think the baby's a gift from God. It's this horrible thing that happened.
That's
At
the
least
thing.
you get this child from God.
That's
Yeah.
the thing,
I
man.
didn't choose this. I don't want a child. Now I'm stuck with this
and
incest
like
child.
the mental shit that comes from having to raise a kid,
Yeah.
that comes from this
That you
horrible
didn't want.
thing
And you're
that
12. You
happened,
can't take care of it, and now you want money to help take care of it. Like, no, take care of your own
The
fucking
government's
kid.
forcing you to
Yeah.
have this child, but they won't.
Yeah,
Once the
100%.
kid's here, it's like, all right,
here's
pay
the
your
thing, man.
taxes.
Yeah, it's in the
Carlin,
system.
man, Carlin
That's it.
had that. It's like as soon
Yeah.
it's like
Orphans,
everything before they're
foster
born,
care,
but after they're
all
born,
those
fuck you.
Yeah, if they're born, fuck them.
Yeah, nothing.
What
But
do they
you,
feel about abortion, adoption? Are they like okay with that? Like, or do they think that's not right? Like to give your child
It's
up?
okay as long as you're not a gay couple.
yeah, and you're
That's
adopting
great.
white babies.
Right, right,
As
right.
long
Yeah.
as the state's making money off of
Well,
it, they're
that's-
for it.
I mean, when
That's how
the
fucking
giving up of
ridiculous
it.
the argument is, because people who sit there and they go, well, we shouldn't take in refugees, we shouldn't take in immigrants. And
Right.
you're like, well, yeah, but that's inhumane. Like,
Right.
it's not the American way. And they're like, well, then you take a bunch of fucking refugees to your house. And it's like, all right, well, you don't want to kill babies, but you'd adopting all these fucking kids.
Right.
that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
take,
yeah.
man. Like, the argument goes both ways.
Remind me of that
always.
inhumane comment because I want to comment on that. But really quick, what I want to say is, I used to be able to not give credit to pro-lifers, but I used to be able to think to myself, well, if you really think that what you're doing is protecting a baby, I can at least respect that idea. You're wrong, but I can at least respect that. But with everything that's been changing recently, the idea of war on women seems real fucking
Yeah.
obvious all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because if you're expected to just carry a rape baby to
right.
term, an incest baby to
Or have
like,
a baby that's gonna kill you during the
and
fucking birthing
you know what?
process.
That's not even
Yeah.
the worst of it.
That's another, yeah.
The worst of it is saying you had a miscarriage. Now the police are coming to
Yeah,
investigate.
now you can go to
Fuck
jail
you,
for having a
dude.
miscarriage.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And that is clearly a war on women level type of shit.
A lot of this
Right.
is about control.
It is.
Well, they should be having sex then. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, that's right.
Yeah. She was asking
You can't
for
have
it.
the baby.
Yeah.
Don't
Staple
have
it up
sex.
for God's
Margaret
sake.
Sanger's rolling in her
Oh,
grave.
yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Holy shit.
It's so
dude.
weird.
Well,
Like,
she
you're
shouldn't have dressed like that.
Yeah.
Oh
like,
my god.
like you still like,
What is,
people
wrong
make
with these
jokes,
people?
but people
Yeah.
actually like think like that.
I
Dude,
know.
what?
That's
Flappers
what I'm
taking
saying.
over the world all over again.
Listen to these fucking politicians say things, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
A
like that-
politician came out recently and used the term consensual
Consensual rape.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
He said that
Is that
out
the, is that the
loud.
one that said, I'm sorry for using, like, he fucking
Some
used the
lady
word
came
the
up
wrong
and just
way or some
immediately
shit.
was like, "There is no such thing as consensual." After she was being all nice and shit. Too.
But what is with Republicans and that weird double speak? Like they recently they put out a piece of legislation about abortion, and I swear to God, it was set up as a hit piece to attack Democrats. Now, I'm not a Democrat, nor am I a Republican. Okay, but it was like, look at Democrats now. They want to kill babies after they're born. And I'm like, and I was like, okay, let me read about this to find out exactly what it is you mean. What did Bernie Sanders vote against here that you guys are claiming kills babies precisely? And her and I read the wording the other night, and it was like, any attempted abortion that ends in failure and then is followed up on later after. I was like, whoa. Let's just stop. Please think about the language. You either had an
Once you
abortion
decoded
or you
it-
fucking didn't have an abortion.
Yeah, like, once
There's
you
not an
decoded
abortion that
it,
didn't
it's
work.
Basically,
That's
it's
a- that's a
illegal
bot's
to murder
job.
a baby.
There's no
Like,
such thing.
literally.
There's no such
I
thing
botched
as
that one.
abortion
That's a
that
botched
doesn't
job.
work.
There's still a half a baby.
How do you
in there.
abort and it not
I'm gonna have
work?
to call a mulligan.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. If you aborted and it didn't work, then
You
it's
just
not.
had
got
a
the
fucking
vacuum.
baby.
If you scramble an egg, it's not going to go back to an egg.
Yeah, right.
It's
exactly.
done. That's it. You know.
I mean, you might need to sue somebody over this for sure, but it's not an abortion if it didn't work.
right.
And the implication is that when the baby's
Would you
half
just do
born, they're
poke it a
just
couple
hammering it in the
times
back
or
of the
what?
head and killing it on the spot. Like, oh fuck, it didn't work, guys. Let's let's get rid of it. What the fuck, dude? And then they're like,
Put it
see,
back. Put it back. Act like it never happened.
yeah, they're like, see, Democrats want them to die.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I don't think that's what they meant.
But you
There's a vote.
you have to understand a little bit about science to know what happens.
Right,
You know,
and what do you do when
these
people don't understand
even
it?
Know what happens?
Right.
Like,
Well,
what's
you're talking
going
about a
on?
country that's got a very large
Probably
problem
not.
with education
And they
reality.
fight science. They fight.
Fight
They try,
it,
they
yeah.
try
Well,
not
let's-
to have science taught in school.
Let's talk about that. Like, you know,
Actively.
look at the country when they had that when we had the pink hat movement. You know, the whole women's movement.
Yeah.
Think about how much of the percentage of women were out there. Did you see how many women will go out there and talk shit on those other women for talking about liberation and rights? and
That's
stuff?
what I
Because
said
if-
earlier,
because if
man.
we live in a fucking world where like everything is completely equal. It's not like we're, you know, the people that are fighting or talking about things like that. They're all the ones that are first to go. Oh, what's with the protest shit? Would you take a day off of work to go walk down the street? It's like
Yeah.
the whole country has been formed on physical protest.
Right,
like,
sure.
this is no different.
Dude,
Things
the
didn't change in the
Revolutionary
70s,
War
man.
was a
Women
protest.
didn't just jump out of Betty Friedan's Communist Manifesto and all
I
of a
mean,
sudden be
you
like,
can't get
we're
much more of
fucking
a
equal.
protest than a
Yeah.
war.
You know, go to Canada and they're like, fuck this. That job sucks.
Yeah.
We'll all go down there. We'll
Right,
all
right.
not work today, and they'll change your fucking
think
job.
about the
And
country-
it works.
But that's why you
They're-
can't
they'll
get the same
fucking kill
revolution
ya.
here as you can get in
Well, the
France.
state-
Because
right.
people here adore the things that hurt them.
Yeah, right.
They vote for things that are
Well, 'cause
against
they
their
all
own
think
interests.
one day they're going to be the millionaire who's
Yeah.
better
She
than
says
all
that
the
all the
people
time.
they fucking
Yeah.
live around. You
Dude,
know,
it's the American dream. That's what keeps the idiots fucking going.
They go, "I'm better than you. I'll never have to
praising
worry."
The celebrity assholes that we put in office.
During the
Oh yeah,
last
the American
election,
dream was good when it was all just fucking free land.
during the last during the last election, I actually heard somebody say that I hope they get rid of Obamacare because I don't even care about that. I have the ACA. And I'm like,
Wow.
you know that's what they're talking about,
Wow.
right? The Affordable Care Act is Obamacare, and they were like, no, it's not.
What about the thing that came out recently
Like,
where
what are you talking about?
Like,
do you not know anything that's going on?
an unbelievable percentage of Americans voted against using the Arabic number system, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Which is all good
The number
countries.
system?
Yeah.
Oh my,
My
god.
God, dude. People don't think, man. I want to say what's up
The shit
to.
is just simple things, though. Like it doesn't take. You don't have to be a fucking genius to know it. It takes like 4 minutes of a conversation to educate somebody.
Yeah, but dude, if you're fucking,
If they're willing to
if you're
learn.
blasting education down at its roots, all over the country, you're gonna get people who just believe whatever bullshit they're
well, I
fucking
mean,
fed,
if you
dude.
teach, you can't talk because you're sitting in an ivory tower preaching to fucking.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like, no, you don't have to be college educated to understand this, man.
Mhm.
Truck drivers know this shit. It's
Fuck
not
yeah.
like, you know, there's self-educated people who just care to investigate.
Right.
Doesn't mean that there's some fucking hopeless, like, you know, liberal conspiracy theory
Sure.
to try to regenerate the American dream. That American dream is misogynistic. That American dream is
Yeah.
tempered towards white landowning males. And some people prescribe to it. Some people were raised in it and think that that's the next step in life. I mean, look at the whole argument over why people aren't 25, married with 2 kids with their whole life. Fucking
Yeah, right.
figured out.
Because they
And
die
blame it
30
on
fucking years later.
millennials. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you fucking like stupid? Like, have you not followed the economy? It's impossible. It
Right,
doesn't
right,
work that
yeah,
way.
right, totally.
You know, I can work fucking 8 jobs and still not be
Yeah.
able to comfortably.
I
have
feel like all I
children.
do is work, and I'm sitting here stressed out. What the fuck I'm gonna do before my next paycheck comes now?
Right, there, you're doing
Right,
it.
with no fucking health care.
Yeah,
But then,
no,
but then then they'll tell you you're
Duck
lazy
you
and you're
bringing
not
off
doing
this
it,
shit
you know what I
right
mean? You
now.
don't
Look at
want
this.
to.
We're
Yeah,
getting
and then you
paid
have to
right
go on
now.
welfare, and then
Yeah.
they look down on
Big ups
You
to
worked hard.
Death Becomes
Like,
Your
what?
Day of the Dead beer. Sponsor.
Yo,
Awesome
man, this
talk.
shit's
Well
good,
played.
Mike Holman says, hi, Sarah and Goggles.
Yeah.
Like North Jersey is a completely different state. John Walsh says, what's the cover-up that the abortion debate across the country is hiding?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, too.
Madison's in the chat. What's up? Christine's in the
Iran.
chat. Erica is in the chat.
Oh, the
Eileen
English
is in the
Depot.
chat. What's up, man? Oh, my God. I got a whole bunch of fucking people in there right
Right.
now.
It's a popular episode. I wonder why.
One of the things I want to say is,
Said all the wrong things. Everyone tunes right in.
what's the cover-up that the abortion debate across the country is hiding? And one of the things that I always say, every time some big shit pops off, I go, well, what is happening right now that we're not being told?
Right.
Because it is so easy to fire up American people right now, dude. Just say, just get a football player to kneel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
All of a
It's just
sudden,
divided
no one
up.
can pay
That's all
attention
it
to
is.
shit anymore. Like, that's the most important thing. And it's fucking not the most important thing, dude.
All this shit's happening with Iran right now, and I feel like,
God, that's been coming a long time.
Well,
They've
About to
wanted
make
that
it
for
super
so
easy
long.
for the-
but it's
for the
doing,
government.
it's
Well, the country
shit's
loves
happening
to
right
have
now, and
war.
nobody's
Market's
reading
on the
about it
verge
because they're
of
reading about
collapse.
this.
Bush
you know?
wanted it. Bush
Well,
wanted.
Trump
He
wants
couldn't
a
get
war,
it.
too, because so he could stay in office, because people will usually re-elect a president if there's a war going on.
They
They
love
let
war,
me
man.
finish
They
what I
love war.
started. Is that
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I
George Bush
haven't
said
seen a
that,
day
right?
where all the major stocks and gold and silver were selling off at the same time, but today was that day.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm stocking up on ramen.
We're about to
Jesus,
make
way
it.
to
We're
survive,
about to
man.
allow
It
the
was
government
that
still
day.
water and ramen. I'm good for
pick
months.
and choose who
Twinkies.
is
It's
and
the
isn't a
start.
journalist.
Yeah, right.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
how
That
fucking
too?
crazy is that?
Yeah.
That's gonna change
Crossbows.
the history of our
We're gonna
country, and
run
no
out of
one
ammo
gives a
eventually.
shit.
Dude, I know smart people who
There you
who,
go.
who fucking fight against Julian Assange.
It doesn't matter if you like.
And I'm
it.
like,
Right.
I don't
It
think it
matters
matters.
about whether or not you want journalists to be allowed to
Yeah.
report on things, or if you want them to be silenced
Right,
and
taking
killed
away his
and
right
put
to
in
publish.
jail and given the death penalty.
And I love
that's
this.
like net
And not do it out
neutrality,
of
man.
fear.
Like
Yeah.
the net neutrality laws were put together by people who don't know how to use the internet. Like it's people don't know how to sign into shit. They don't even know what they're reading.
Right.
They don't know how to tell the difference between what is like the fucking Onion.
Yeah, yeah,
And
Right.
what is
yeah.
somebody who went to school for journalism and is investigating some shit.
Sure.
One
Started-
person's going to end up dead. The other one's satirically laughing about shit. And they're like, no, we can't have this. And talking
Right.
nonsense.
Yeah.
And it comes from a guy who doesn't like to be talked about.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's fucking
totally.
ridiculous.
Fuck, man.
But what brought that on? What brought that journalist thing on? Like, how did that spark? I just
Julian
saw a little
Assange.
thing about
Well, we were talking about
They're-
Julian Assange.
He's about to be charged with like treason.
Espionage.
Yeah, 18
Espionage,
counts
yeah.
of espionage.
It's for
counts?
the publishing
18.
the classified documents.
They could give him the
Oh.
Yeah, the
fucking.
classified documents that showed our military killing fucking journalists.
Yeah.
How like, let's think about the fact that that's what he, that's what he's being charged for doing, is releasing that information. Doesn't
Was it-
that just make it even
Was
more
it classified
fucked up?
or was it Freedom of Information Act?
Well,
Like, it was
no,
It was
it
brought to
was-
him by people
Yeah.
who had it, which has been protected under journalist laws. Fellas, I'll learn how to
No,
talk.
close
eventually.
enough. Yeah.
journal laws.
Like,
Journal
that guy should be a
laws.
hero,
Dead journal
you know what I
laws.
mean? We should have sent him to jail.
He's a hero just like Edward Snowden and
Right.
fucking Chelsea Manning, man. They're fucking
Right.
anybody who's willing to deliver the
And
truth to the
that's
American
why Chelsea
people.
Manning is in jail right now, because because of Julian Assange, because she refuses to fucking
Yeah.
break. And basically, she just said, I already gave all the information, and I don't have anything else to give.
Sure.
And now they're going to start charging, they started charging $500 a day every day of the imprisonment, and it's going to be $1,000 a day after a couple more weeks.
Oh, wow.
To try and break someone, to talk for a grand jury. It's not even a fucking, like,
Wait,
real
for
fucking
Chelsea or
trial.
for
Chelsea. To try
Fucking
and get
crazy.
them, to try and get Chelsea to fucking give information to a grand jury, which isn't even, that's not like a trial, that's not like a
Yeah.
fucking, that's like gathering information for an investigation, and they have her in fucking prison right now just for that.
Yeah.
And nobody cares. And
Yeah,
Julian
nobody cares,
Assange
right.
now being charged under the Espionage Act, a journalist. Like, people
Yeah,
should be.
yeah, you're right.
Every news station, fucking Fox,
Every
and everyone
American.
should be
Right.
terrified
Well,
and
no, they
all be
play ball.
backing this.
Well, they're already
all the
doing
major
it because
networks
they're
play
already
ball.
controlled by fucking somebody
Yeah,
else.
they're
You know,
well
so
paid.
they don't care.
They're paid off, man. They don't have to.
But it
Julian
sounds
Assange
like they're
is
just
an
making an
outlier.
example out of these people, so nobody
The
else
point
tries to
is,
do it.
Yeah, they're
shut
martyrs.
up.
That's all it is.
Don't
Yeah, but
fucking
once that
report what
happens-
we're doing wrong.
Right.
Like, you will die. We will get you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once he's found guilty,
at least
then
it's
no
not
one
Russia
can
where they just
publish
poison you and say,
classified
"Fuck it."
shit that's brought to them, which is like a big deal. Like it's like the way we've exposed terrible things that have
like
happened in
just
this country year.
Watergate.
And
Everyone's
like,
yeah.
it's not even like just now this is all fucked up. Like, the Ecuadorian embassy was fucking filming every fucking thing he did. They supplied all of his belongings to
Right.
the United States, which they weren't allowed to do. Nobody gives a shit. He had refugee status. Like, this is crazy.
Like I said, I know
And we're
smart
we're
people.
the whole public is just watching
Yeah.
all of these fucking violations and just
I know
whatever.
smart people who looked at Julian Assange when he got dragged out of there recently and was like, yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I'm like, dude, how
Yeah, because
in the fuck can you
people
say
he's
that?
biased, and I'm like, you know what?
Who
It
gives
doesn't
a
matter to me.
shit?
Show me a piece of information that's untrue, and then I'll change my mind.
Right.
Whatever. Like, people are
Right.
pissed off about him, about the
No,
DNC.
here's the
please.
problem.
What do you
People
mean
are
pissed
pissed
off
off-
about fucking DNC because they're
Yeah.
fucking racist assholes, and they
Yeah.
talk to each other like about a bunch of white, rich, racist assholes.
People are pissed off because Hillary Clinton lost the fucking election.
Yeah, well, that was their fucking fault.
I know. I know. It
That was Hillary Clinton.
Their
was Hillary's
fucking
fault.
What about
She's
those emails?
But it was. It was the DNC's
It
fault.
was the DNC's fault because DNC wanted the first black president and the first woman president.
Right.
Right.
And they were in such a fucking hurry to do it that they tried to pressure everything into happening.
Why does every...
The DNC was fucking losing money, and Hillary Clinton stepped in, and they made a big fucking amount. They pushed a lot of money their way, and in response to that, the DNC basically became employees of Hillary Clinton.
Right.
That's what fucking happened.
And we're in
that's
such an
really
information age that
terrifying.
when that shit comes out, everybody that's within the the 18 to 30 year bracket was like, oh fuck, I got fucked over by these
yeah.
people, and
Yeah.
they jumped ship, man. The honesty is they became either Trump supporters immediately because
Right.
they knew the DNC was corrupt, or they didn't vote at all. They just
Yeah,
fucking
sure.
walked away from the party.
Well, what I want to know is, like, when did people in this country get so dumbed down that, like, they don't even want to do research on somebody
10
else
years
that they
ago.
don't
Always
they,
been
they
dumb,
might not
dude.
know instead of
They're
just
acting like we're
voting
the
in
smartest
like,
country in the world ever.
There's some
Always
truth
been
to that.
dumb.
Yeah,
Listen,
there's some truth.
Bush,
Always been dumb.
Clinton. You want another Clinton? Like,
Clinton's
what?
a-
Well, look at all the
what is this,
people.
a monarchy?
Look at all the people that have
Like,
have
keep
been
having the same
you know,
families in
I lost
office.
friends.
Yeah,
I
horrible.
lost friends in this last election because I posted shit about Ronald Reagan not being a good president.
He's a piece of shit. He's a human piece of garbage.
But the amount of people between
Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with
the amount
everybody?
of people between 30 and 50 who came at me with daggers, and I was like,
I
you
love-
grew up
I
with this
love your
because when
political
you were
posts.
young, your parents loved Ronald Reagan because they were told to love Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
You had two
A
old
guy who said
grandparents
marijuana
going,
is the
"Don't
most
do
deadly
drugs,"
substance
and it was
that we
like,
have- yeah.
don't do drugs. You're pumping crack cocaine into fucking inner cities, dude. Like,
No one cared about that at the time.
they don't care. But well, think about
They
it.
don't care about it now.
In hindsight, you look at it and you go, I knew you were fucking full of shit. And you
Sure.
look at a whole generation that prided themselves on that one national fucking hero, and his protege came in and started a fucking war in the
Right.
Middle East. And it was supposed to be like, these are the greatest fucking people that have ever,
Right.
held office.
But there was people who hated them back then. It's like everybody fucking
Sure.
thought they were
Oh, of
great.
course
You know what I
not.
mean? It
No, no,
wasn't-
no. But the people that make reference to that
right.
as that being the golden age of politics for a generation is
Right.
absurd. You're coming
Yeah,
out of
totally.
Nixon years where people
Yeah,
are like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is nonsense. And you go to Reagan where he's like this old
Yeah, man,
grandfather figure next to the fucking fireplace with like his pipe. And he's
It's
like,
funny, man, because people talk about the 80s in the
Reagan,
same
I
fucking
guess-
vein
I
that
guess
they talk about the
America's always been
50s.
fucked up, though.
Those are the good days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For who exactly?
Business
I suppose if
owners.
you were a white man,
business owners,
you were
Wall
fucking,
Street.
yeah, sure.
Even
Those-
when the country started, though, now that I think about it, Adams was president twice, wasn't he?
Once.
Wasn't
John
he
Adams?
twice?
John
That was
Adams?
John, I don't think it was the same. I think it was John Quincy Adams.
They both had one term.
John Adams.
They were both had one term. And the funny shit is, John Adams only had one term because he passed the Alien and Sedition Acts against people slandering the fucking president. He was a fucking vain ass piece of shit.
I thought,
Oh,
no,
man,
wait,
I thought
wasn't
he
there
was a good
president
guy.
that
Now it's
served, and
ruined.
then another president, and
Samuel
then he
Adams?
served again. Like the same dude that was here
Herbie.
served here.
You might be right, but I can't remember.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Maybe it wasn't Adams, but
Teddy-
he was one of the first.
Teddy Roosevelt came in.
He's got a whole thing. Where did he go?
Teddy Roosevelt came in
my
and
God,
served
Grandma.
his 2 terms, came back and tried to run again when William Howard Taft was the president.
Our fattest president.
Or are you talking about somebody who left office,
This was early before
came
he
back and
was
got reelected?
was president.
He's overweight, Strife.
And then became president again
Yeah,
afterwards.
that wasn't Adams.
I just want to say Felicia Simmons is watching. By the way, she has been attacked by a real politician
Maybe
in
I'm,
real
I'm
life.
probably completely wrong here, but that's how I remember it.
Mike Holman says it all started with Enron.
American history is mostly just how people remember it now,
Yeah.
anyway.
So
American history is sensationalized, man. Look at Christopher Columbus. How many times have we talked about that fucking prick on this show?
Oh, yeah, every year, too, in Trenton, someone
Grover
fucks up the statue and people lose their fucking minds.
Fuck
dude.
Christopher Columbus, dude. How the fuck you gonna? How the fuck you gonna discover a country and people are
Gotta
living
leave
in?
the Italian point when you hey,
okay, that was way. I was going too
John
far
Adams
back.
was terrible.
Yeah, I was going too far. So
John
it
Adams
was,
was sack
it was
of shit.
Grover Cleveland that was president.
Yeah, but
twice
the
at two
ironic thing
different
about you saying
times.
Adams is that when Adams was president, Adams came in after Washington and was completely obsessed with federal government, strong centralized government, wanted the authority because he thought the states couldn't control the shit. People were like, you're kind of fucking nuts, man, and you love the British, you want to be like a monarch. And he was like, no. And then passed laws against aliens and any form of sedition or kind of shit where, like, if you said anything out loud, you could be put in fucking jail because he didn't like, he was vain.
You know what, man? But this also speaks to the fact that American history is as sensationalized as it is. Because most people don't know any of this.
No, it's wrong.
Most people look at every president like this hero of
No.
their time. George Washington, hero. Thomas Jefferson, hero.
No.
Fucking Abraham Lincoln, hero.
No.
If you really dig,
Jimmy
they
Carter.
were fucking
Jefferson's like the
fucking
ancestor
up,
of
dude.
some
Jimmy
people.
Carter's untouchable.
True or false?
Jimmy Carter's the fucking pariah.
True or false? Abraham Lincoln is responsible for the largest public hanging of Native Americans ever. I read a thing recently that said Abraham Lincoln was responsible
Public
for
hangings?
49 hangings of Native Americans. It was done in public all at the same fucking time. It was like a spectacle.
I don't know too much about Lincoln. I know he had a foot fetish.
I'll
but-
tell you this about Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is here's essentially like
Sure.
Good job.
history books when you're growing up. When you're in 6th grade or you're in 10th grade or you're 11th grade. I mean, we treat these people like as if they're people in the pantheon of Roman or Greco-Roman gods,
Sure.
right? And the reality is they're you. They're
Yeah,
me. They're
exactly.
anybody else, right? So they're flawed. They got all kinds of fucking
They're
problems.
just dicks who figured it
we
out.
get taught that the Emancipation
Jagoffs.
Proclamation freed
Yeah.
all the fucking
So all the
slaves.
time they're just a bunch
Yo,
of jerk-offs, just
four
like
states
us.
kept the slaves. You know, like
Yeah,
it was
man.
all about political swing. It was all about
nobody's
who was
figured
gonna,
this shit out yet.
you
Let's
know,
hop in, ground floor.
Yeah.
Let's do whatever the fuck we want. Let's make the rules,
It's just
baby.
crazy. No, we always,
Right,
we
man.
always root for that shit, man. We think that everybody's untouchable as a politician because they become the highest office in the land. That's just a crazy
Yeah.
fucking thing.
And
those
just
are all
remember-
the things that Thomas
remember-
Paine discussed.
A politician recently said in public, consensual rape.
And
A
meant
guy
it. He
who
meant it.
runs shit
meant
somewhere.
I would just love to rape him. You know, it's like, yo.
This is consensual,
I
right?
would watch
Consensual.
that. I would watch that, Tony Gonzalez.
And
No
in the
means
middle
yes.
of it, just be like, this is non-homosexual.
Yeah. No homo,
This
bro.
makes it so much worse that I don't even like what I'm doing right now.
Gulu Brewer
I
says,
don't
what's
even
up,
want
Jeff?
to do this, but I'm doing
yeah.
this.
What do you think about tearing down statues and rewriting history?
It's not my job.
No. All right.
Just teaching history the way it really was would probably be sufficient.
You're not rewriting
Stop
history
taking
though when
all
you tear
these
down
Weird
statues.
fucking
What are you doing?
delusions.
No, I spent 2 weeks in Savannah, Georgia. That's the heart of the fucking Confederacy down
Sure.
there, man. Talking about this shit. There's one huge obelisk in the middle of the park in Savannah, Georgia. The idea of tearing the monuments down is that they shouldn't be torn down for the sole reason of just removing the Confederacy. First of all, they're a bunch of fucking traitors to the United States to begin with.
Sure.
Did they stand up for their own states' rights? Yeah, yada, yada, whatever. But it was the states' rights to own slaves, right? It was inhumane. The statues nowadays that people want to tear down, these statues were not built in the wake of the Civil War to, kind of remember people. They were built in the wake of the 1900s by the Daughters of the Confederacy. This was a bulk of the civil rights movement. As blacks were starting to make progress, they were like, no, remember your fucking
Right,
place.
fucking white pride
This is where the
shit, yeah.
Confederacy
Sure.
was. This is where the people stood. So like taking the monuments down is not something I'm against. I think it's absolutely shameful that we still have failures being memorialized.
Yeah.
Now, for the
you
historical
lost, bro.
part of it, right? Not rewriting it, but the historical part should be that is if we're gonna do it, it is part of our history. There was a Civil War. There's no doubt to that.
Sure.
People love it. They memorialize it. They fucking replicate it. Put them in a Confederate museum. And if you have loved ones that you
Sure.
care for,
Sure.
go visit them in a mortuary to the Confederacy. It died in 1865. It's over with. Your fucking forefathers fought in it. Good for them. You got a whole building to yourselves. You don't need to plant that shit in a park
Right.
where we're supposed to be a unified country. Your fucking team lost, man. And the slaves are no
For
longer
real.
there. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, fuck off.
Sorry, Madison.
Yeah.
That's reality.
I'm
No, it's
inclined
true
to
though. I
agree
have
with you.
I have
Glor-
ancestors in the
yeah.
Revolutionary War,
Like,
and
glorifying it is one thing, but like teaching about it that it actually did happen is another.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Sure.
there's like an aspect of glorifying happening.
Yeah.
Building monuments and
Look,
statues.
man,
Listen, you teach
but-
the Civil
but
War
so much-
objectively.
But
You don't-
so much of American history is like that. So why is it surprising that the South would do the same thing?
Because if
with
somebody's
their
living
people,
there, I
you
don't
know?
want to walk out my door every day and see the people who tortured my ancestors and hung my ancestors and killed them and wanted to keep me. If it was up to them, I'd still be in chains
Yeah.
right now. I don't want to look at that every fucking
Fuck
day.
no, dude.
Like, that's where I'm at. I'm like, look, man, fuck you. That's just not fucking right. Like, if you live next door to somebody who killed your grandma, and that's
Yeah, God
Right.
forbid you do like a
Yeah.
23andMe and you find out, or you do your own research and you realize your grandmother was on the plantation that motherfucker
Right.
wanted
Right,
to do.
Sure,
it.
right.
Well, here's
yeah,
the
fuck
thing,
that.
Anthony. If you're walking down that street, then you're just asking for it.
Yeah.
maybe you should move.
Maybe
Go
you
back to Africa.
I mean,
that
look-
was their solution.
In
That's
Germany,
bullshit,
you're not allowed
man.
to even. You
That's
can't have a
bullshit.
swastika. You
Right.
can't show anything about Nazis because they're like, dude, we fucked up.
Yeah, right.
And
Dude,
they
every
still
time I
teach
see
about it,
some-
and they still
Dude,
teach
I
about
can't
it.
not
believe
walking
the
the
amount
streets
of
in Germany going,
abrasive,
"Ah."
the amount of abrasive assholes, even in this area, who will fucking wear a swastika,
No.
like just out in the open, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm sorry, but like my grandfather killed motherfuckers that look like
Right,
you,
right,
and
right.
I kind of don't give a fuck if you die in a parking lot. But then the argument becomes, well, it's freedom of speech. That's what you believe. Well, you know what you believe fucking sucks,
Right.
and it's wrong. And not everything is a matter of opinion.
And I think that's how people feel about the Confederate flag. It's like having a swastika. Like, that's your thing. Like, that's a symbol of
Oh my
hate
God, I wanna
towards
talk
me.
about that
The
so bad.
battle flag of Virginia, it's not even the Confederate flag. It's fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous, man. Who's Mike Holman?
I don't know.
Yeah, mine.
Because
does
I
it
would like
say?
to talk about Christopher Columbus.
So you take down the Columbus stat. First off, fuck Columbus. Mike Holman. No offense. School him up, Rob, says Frank Berdinsky. I know Frank Berdinsky. I feel like I know. Gulu Brewer says we should. Frank Brzezinski says yes. John Walsh says ignorance is bliss. Look, listen. We have to cut the break. We have to
CNN
cut to
right
our
now.
first
Come
break.
on.
Come on. We'll come
Really?
back. We're going to come. Oh, my God.
They should have took
5 minutes.
Columbus
5
out
more
and
minutes.
all
We'll
the
cut the
other
break.
times.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Get
Keep
it
real
out.
going.
quick,
Keep
real
going.
quick. Why does it always
5 minutes. 5 minutes, we'll cut the break. Don't cut the break yet.
Why does it
Go ahead.
always have to go from Confederate monuments to suddenly needing to tear down Columbus monuments and people going, oh, now we're going to tear down Jefferson monuments because he owned slaves. These,
fuck
Or that lady, that singer.
Those people are memorialized for the time and place in which they live and the things they did as politicians, not as people. Christopher Columbus, to go to that extreme, I ask back to that person, why is there a memorial to Christopher Columbus in the United
why?
States?
Yeah, why?
Christopher Columbus is not the reason that there are people in the United States.
Sure.
Right.
The people are here because they ran away from persecution in England, and they're here because the Virginia Company, a corporate investing group, sent people to Virginia.
Yep.
Not because he did it. Did he take a trip? Yeah. Does he need to be memorialized?
He went to the
yeah.
Bahamas.
In Hispaniola.
He was also a horrible
He
criminal.
also raped,
He raped,
pillaged,
and
destroyed,
took slaves
and died
gold.
a fucking piece of shit that no one wanted to pay attention to.
the Bahamas isn't even a part of the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah. He also lied.
But you can't. This isn't against him. Everyone always says, "Oh, he wasn't looking for America." Some people aren't looking to make penicillin when they discover it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not agreeing that.
No,
with
listen,
that,
was the
I'm
guy a
just saying
forerunner?
some people make mistakes and it's good. You can't hold it
guy
against them.
made a
They
great
still
discussion.
fucking did it.
Absolutely.
But isn't there evidence that somebody else even saw America the day before he
There was
did?
Vikings here before him.
There were Vikings here
Amerigo
before him.
Vespucci
But they
landed
didn't
on
take
America,
things. They didn't
dude.
do,
He
there's
didn't
people
land.
who have been in bands that had the same sense of some band, but that band happened to be the one that caught on and were like, yeah,
Right.
fuck, we're taking
Right.
advantage.
What are you gonna do?
And knew how to
Hate
do
them
this
for the rest of your life?
Right.
I mean, you know, who discovered pop music?
The-
In Sync or the Backstreet Boys?
the-
Which one
the
was that?
statues-
I don't know.
Dude, the statues for Columbus to me are more of an Italian kind of heritage thing.
Yeah, I'm
that there was an
Italian, yeah.
Italian.
We don't
that went
have
out there, and
much.
It's like Columbus found his shit. That's fucking great.
Columbus and Tony
Italians
Soprano.
got
You
Italians
got a
got
lot.
the history of Rome.
kidding.
They've got the Medici families
There's
and
another
Renaissance,
one.
and they
Oh,
got
Rocky.
Christopher
Plenty of
Columbus statue. They can have their statue. Nobody's going down to rip that shit the fuck down unless a bunch of Hispaniolans come up here and go, "We don't fucking like Christopher Columbus." the reality is he has no basis in American history.
No,
There's
no
nothing
fucking
to do
at
with
all.
the country that is now the country.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean because
It's
we tear
just
down.
it's just a sensationalized fairy tale. And we teach it to kids.
Hey, for all intents and purposes,
Basically.
the country was started by a bunch of angry assholes who do a king to go fuck himself.
And now we're all
And
still
also,
a bunch.
like,
It's because
there's
it
also
rhymes.
that when you tell
why.
kids like this guy's a hero and this guy's a hero, and kids start hearing like, yeah, I heard that like this guy was just a psycho rapist and blah blah blah. Like kids just see that if you get popular enough, you can do awful shit and get
Yeah,
away
right.
with it.
Yeah, right.
Think about how that works in society now, like as an adult.
What about
Everyone
Amerigio
powerful gets away with every fucking thing. So maybe we should just teach that there's bad shit and these people weren't fucking great and they should have been
Yeah,
held
just teach them like the
responsible.
fucking assholes they are. It's like when they decided Pluto wasn't a planet anymore.
then you
and a
have
bunch of
to
teachers
decide.
have their
Okay, it
students
wasn't like
writing
they
letters
just
to
hung out
NASA
and-
going, please make Pluto a planet
God.
again. It just
That's
is or it
what's
isn't.
really
Don't get emotional.
I'm with you, Tom, but I don't think to a third grader, you're like, here's Christopher Columbus discovered America. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, he fucking raped a lot of people,
He
too.
was a
And now you're just
rapist.
explaining rape to
no,
a child.
no.
Then you
do
explain...
it. You baby step it.
baby
step it.
Well, that's
there was
he
a
was
guy.
not a nice
when you're,
guy.
when you're
Later
old
on,
enough
you'll
to,
learn
when
more
you're
about
old
it.
enough to
Baby stepping
understand
rape.
that,
Right.
that's when you know. That's like people say, well, they didn't teach me.
Yeah,
How
kind
come
of
they didn't
avoid
teach
the
me that in my
4-year-olds
history
going,
class in
"Mommy,
high
what's
school?
rape?"
There's only so much fucking
We
time
haven't
in
gotten
a
to
history
tab
class
A,
in high
tab
school.
B.
Right.
If
So
you
it's
really
not like
care
just
and want to do
jump
further
into,
learning, you go to
punch in the
college. You learn
box
about
Right.
I didn't learn how to paint a fucking Picasso in art class in 5th grade. No, they're like, here's the basics.
Right.
Now, if you really want to
Right.
learn about that, you move on and do that. You
Right.
can't teach
Right.
fucking every fucking
Here's a
Exactly.
paint by
Christopher
numbers.
Columbus,
Jackson Pollock
not a
that
nice
shit.
guy.
How
Fourth
long-
grade.
how long was
Christopher
that?
Columbus.
Thumbs
Fifth grade.
down on
Yo,
Columbus.
like an
He
hour?
touched
a
people.
class?
6th grade. He
Yeah.
touched
Would
people bad.
not
7th grade.
try again.
Christopher
What is
Columbus.
it to touch people bad?
Yeah.
8th grade.
8th grade.
You guys are already fucking, so you might as well get it
Then
straight.
he had consensual rape.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of health
Native
class in
Americans.
gym.
We have to cut to our break.
Consensual
We have to cut to our
rape
first
with
break.
Native
Can I just tell you how much I fucking love you guys? This is a
What?
great fucking show tonight.
I give him Columbus
fucking
1
show
out of
tonight.
10.
Consensual rape.
I'm serious this time. Listen, but I do want to say what's up to Darnell Il Omega, who's in the man. Yeah, he says go for the gusto. Gulu Brewer says, let's see, Jennifer, and this is why I love Tony Googles. So are the Easter Bunny and Santa? Says Madison. Gulu Brewer says 1492. Gulu Brewer, I'm bored. Well, then fucking say something. Help us out. Frank Brzezinski all got whitewashed. Okay, we're coming back. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back with this kind of shit.
Columbus wrote about aliens in his logs.
Oh my god.
Then consensually
Okay,
raped
now we're getting that fucking.
And then he found them.
We're gonna
Got
break.
it.
We're cutting the
Done.
break. Just let me know when we're at a break. We're gonna be back. It's gonna be.
cutting you off.
Listen, when the break comes
They all
tonight,
asked
there's a
for
new
it,
feature.
aliens.
There's a new feature. Tonight's break has a timer in the corner, so you know exactly how long it is before we go live again. So you'll be able to see the countdown. All right?
Innovation.
So we'll be back in about 25 minutes. So go fill your beers, but turn it way up and hit like and all that other bullshit. And we'll be back in about 25 minutes with this wonderful fucking crew that's here tonight. And we will see. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Don't wait for me. Don't forget to turn the blue thing.
Okay, my mind just went blank because I forgot it.
Sorry.
I'm known for my smile. It's my trademark, you see. For miles and miles, nothing but gums and teeth. Some see my smile and think I lived a life of ease. But see, I liken myself to Asbury Park. I liken to smile like Tilly's, carved out of hard-fought victories. See, from an early age, I was an anomaly. I didn't quite fit into my family. I knew that they loved me, but the depths of me, they just could not see. See, I felt like a glass vase in a room full of sledgehammers, everybody trying to take a crack at me. And see, the smile of mine brought shame to me. They called me clown, they put me down, and nicknamed me crybaby. It just wasn't anyone else like me. This joy that I had, this world couldn't perceive. It tried to deaden the light in me. See, before the age of 10, I could say me too. The pain and shame almost tore my soul in two, but see, my smile was unwavering, you see. Just like Tilly from my home city. See, I liken myself like Asbury Park. So many... Sorry, I'm emotional. It's been a while. I liken myself like Asbury Park. Born out of hypocrisies with deep cut grooves that separate me from you. See, anyone who travels down these roads here may see that the road's not smooth, but a well-worth journey. See, nothing in my life ever came with ease. Death and loss hovered over me. See, I lost my dad, my cousin Nad, my uncles, my aunties. Death's hands even reached out and tried to grab hold of me. See, the doctors claim I shouldn't even give him a name. He'll be the end of you and he. But he stands here 16 years, the best part of me, the reason why I continue to stand in integrity even though it seems like the world is trying to test me. See, I liken myself like Asbury Park. So many lost in the streets. I liken myself like Asbury Park, like after Superstorm Sandy's in the rise of the 70s, there is no besting me. See, I was once depressed best, quickly went from fame to infamy, even had a senator after me. They referred to me as the candidate from the impoverished side of the city. They didn't understand that all 1.3 belongs to me. I'm the past, the present, and the future of AP. I was born and formed in a time when they called it Dark City. See, I liken that to me. See, I liken my smile like Tilly's. Anyone who knows the story of Tilly, how he sat high upon a city for nearly a century. Then they literally chiseled him out of adversities and put him up on a wonder bar for the world to see. See, I liken that to me. Now that I stand on the world stage, I give all glory to God and praise. I reach down and pull up my smile. That's my only true accolade. See, I'm known for my smile. It's my trademark, you see. For miles and miles, nothing but gums and teeth. Some see my smile and think I live a life of ease. But see, I liken my smile like Asbury Park. I liken my smile like Tilly's, carved out of hard-fought victories.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thanks.
Ready when you're ready.
Big up to Awesome Talk, though, huh?
Ready when you're ready.
I'm ready when I'm ready.
Whenever you want to drop that. Yeah. Like, whenever you want it, you might get it. Don't swan it, you're the next. It's the epic, don't sweat it. Don't forget the kinetic energy flexing. Check how we do it in Belmar from Trenton. I took 95 to the east of direction. Not to mention everything was flexing. The rain started falling, the beat started calling, and Rob said, you better do that shit that making people just bob head and rock with it, non-stop dropping. Everything is cool, yeah. Don't you assume an assumption, cause I have to switch the function in your face. Come through amazing and leave the whole trail blazing. Everything is cool, we had a discussion about the nation and all the fucking type of shit that's mad and crazed in the installation and the played education and the financial institution, the shit they're producing and the way that they're moving. Keep it cool when I'm cruising. Yeah, my man Matt Rockasset is producing the whole ill material. Yeah, in the morning with the cereal, I bring it back together with material you never heard of. I bring it from the outer galaxies, off of my noggin, yeah. Make a little salary, but it's never enough because the stuff costs too much in this life we live. So what's up? Yeah, straight off the noggin, off the top. That's how we do it with my man Rob when we rock. So yo, I'm about to give a little flex as he takes a little breath and go on to the next. And like back to the dirt, I return, let it burn again. Turn clock back to the boom bap and make them learn. That's how we burn when we rock it in the set. Live and kinetic with edge energy, we flex so they have something to spit with it. We'll spit shit till they split and they spit liquid. Form fitted, lyrical, clothes, beats, and artistry, not just an addition. It's a part of me. Rock to the rhythm I'm living, I put my heart in it. I'm just a sub in the game, I didn't start in it, but I'ma make a run now. Some way and somehow. 5 consonants, 1 vowel, spin the wheel. I'm so tired of spinning wheels. I don't like division, but I'ma say how I feel. Truth over fiction, regardless of truth's friction. The gaps need bridging like when there's a tooth missing. Who few will listen to such as I backslidden in these days when more and more less of a F's given. Text written, sorted, distorted, a small fortune worth none to some, to others a small fortune. This is a mic check, check that gut. How does it feel? Have you had enough? Awesome Talk season just starting to get warmed up. Yup, like this. It's a mic check, check that gut. How does it feel? Have you had enough? Awesome Talk is just starting to get warmed up. Yup. Peace. Respect. Thanks, y'all.
so fucking much,
Hey.
guys.
Peace, Rick. Thank you, man.
God, you guys
Rob,
put out
man.
a fucking album.
It's mad fun, yeah.
According to this very latest report, a tornado was reported by
Instantaneously once the anxiety passes.
Soccer. Like most sports, a giant waste of time. It's a sport that spans across time and space, best known for its human beheadings. There's nothing more family-friendly than watching little Johnny's head get kicked from one town to the neighboring town. And then that town, yes, that town, gets to attempt to kick the human head back to said original town. If I had a choice, I'd rather be watching that than this bastardized version we have now. Did the head smell bad? How did they decide which human head to use? Did they just yell, "Get all blue eyes over here, we're gonna play a game, see?" I wonder if they had a personal connection with the severed human skulls. Maybe like the same type of connection people who are incapable of loving another person gets when they receive their real doll. Is the human skull really the most lightweight, durable, semi-round object found in nature? I thought for sure that tying two turtle shells together would be a lot more efficient and less birdery. I do, however, remember as a child being taught that the more primitive man was very efficient in using all of the parts of whatever they killed, including the eyes, to maximize what little resources they had. I call bullshit on this. In today's world, we have pink slime, a modern marvel, a perfect example of how efficient we are at using body parts for food. It causes cancer. Cancer. Take that, you wasteful bastard generations who lived prior to us. I can't help but wonder what it looked like when one of these primitive individuals would use a bladder as a water canteen. Sure, the first couple days it would be okay, but what about in like week 3? Did they know there was pee in there? Was the freshest canteen given to the more powerful member of the community, and then the older ones passed down through the tribe? Does that mean that there may have been a guy who was consistently covered in flies throughout his existence, and then could never get anywhere in the community because of said flies? If it were me, I'd drink from a coconut, or maybe an elephant tusk. It seems like there was a lot more elephants back then, so it wouldn't really be a big deal. Both of these options would be better than drinking from some piss-rotten meat mess tea. Here's a fun-filled soccer bladder story. Once upon a time, a woman would blow up pig bladders for a more modern version of a soccer ball. She died from lung disease, and her late husband invented the rubber soccer ball bladders. One might call this progress. Hitler would agree. Did Hitler ever take bribes like FIFA? I enjoyed the ticket scandal with FIFA. The president of FIFA had a nephew that ran a company that sold tickets to the World Cup for FIFA, and was then caught selling hundreds of millions of dollars of scalped tickets. I didn't know that someone who creates the tickets could also scalp them. Isn't that called raising their own price? FIFA, its name itself, is a fraud. The name of soccer is in fact soccer. That's if you follow the British rule book, which was written in the 1800s. That is the accepted standard of the rules of the sport. That's right, the name of soccer, the actual name of the sport, is not football. Football was a name branded to the sport as slang by college students in the UK. So every time a European says that American sucks at speaking English, it's soccer, you fuckbags, not football, you greasy, greasy shits.
Yeah. You want me to play a little something?
The guy with 2 first names.
So this is the first track on the new album. It's called Forgetting the Differences. not speaking a word. The rain dances in our heads. I never understood the storm, but neither did she. It's not about you and me. What we learn together could break apart the sea. Sink to the bottom, the water rises to the top. Maybe we'll hear them tomorrow, if the storm will ever stop. So I am forgetting the differences we've had, forgetting the differences we've had, forgetting the differences we've had, forgetting all of the differences we've had. Thanks.
Wow, nice.
Thank you so much. That was great.
My pleasure.
That was awesome.
That was awesome, dude. That was really awesome. So, dude, thank you so much.
Oh man, thanks for having me. It was great to be here.
Hey, this is Rick from Awesome Talk. Why not go grab yourself a beer, because we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, thank you, Ray Ray Beats.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks, man.
There we go. You ready? You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Drugs in the dragoons, the daisies and the daffodils are blooming. Everything is blue, less human, more spiritual like a fear of riding bikes. My girlfriend left me, and that ain't right. Grip tight upon the microphone, it makes me feel less alone. And when I hold it to my chest, it works like a stethoscope. Yeah, I'm getting drunk because I'm upset. Blame it on the passing waves of natural disasters, everlasting days. I say swears, not prayers, cause the one I love is simply not there, and I care. Cascades of landscape change, handshake at the thought of caught up drowning in a lake. I'm a concrete brick, I'm high stakes with the lilacs and snakes. If they really cared about you, they would love you when you made mistakes. Face to face with amazing grace, laced in razor blades. Baby blood is in my mouth, you can have a taste, one kiss. Then I vanish like a drunken wish. Bandages don't heal the damage, they only cover it, one kiss. Then I'm under the abyss, I care a lot, but I act like I don't give a fucking shit. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. Once I'm off the floor, touch the ceiling. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. That's exactly how I'm feeling. Cold world don't spiral out of control. Contrast is stark. From a bath of light to a cavern dark. Battle-star vernacular, Tabitha's out of character. Acting all promiscuous and shitting on commitments. Truth is in the chitlins, Rubik's Cube of women. Super glue the truth onto a buoy, send it swimming. Lend me a hand, my man, I need a ship of friends. We could drink beers from here to where the river bends. Sick of trends, on a mission to relive again. And when I die, I'll bridge the gap between our middlemen. Get offended, make amends, bake, make it in a lake. Bake a cake that says, fuck your birthday, stay up late. Play the games until your pay is taken. At least the booze is cheap and all this food to eat. And she's still rude to me, but I'm accustomed to it. I'm not a number, I'm a name with some trust issues. What's this fuse? Touching it, combust, misuse of the gift that I was given on that short bus. And when the Porsche comes to get me, I'll be chilling with my bling on, performing all my sing songs. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. Once I'm off the floor, I'll touch the ceiling. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me. Breaking free is easy, breaking back in is more appealing. And that's exactly how I'm feeling, y'all.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Right, dude.
You could just hit pause on that now.
That was fucking awesome. One more time.
Dude. Thank you, guys.
Dude, yeah, right.
Thank you for giving me the platform.
Thank you so much for being here tonight, man. That was fucking
dope.
brilliant, dude. Thank you so much, man.
I should start over. Well, let's go. Here we go. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I'm feeling inadequate, acting like my dad a bit. Got a lot of bad habits like all this world's inhabitants. I think I'm in love again. Push comes to shove again. The kid gloves are off and then I'm tired of my fucking friends. I'm trying so hard to act nonchalantly, airing out my dirty laundry, acting like Mahatma Gandhi in a moral quandary. I take the challenge fondly, no matter how shallow the pond be, how proud will my moms be. It's the 13th mile stretch, and it's Trent and Swansea. Between beauty and death, the dream absolutely made flesh. She seems to pollute me at best. I fiend for the good that I left, waiting for someone to shoot me to death. Could I really be this dumb? I got her blood on me. Is it enough to make her come? I got her love on me. How long before this fantasy goes numb? I'm still ugly. The reality is I should run. This is actually funny. I will never make something beautiful. I will never be a part of something beautiful. I will never be. It's Dr. Horrible. My obituary article says I smash atomic particles. Bitches suck on me like barnacles. The genuine article to get his rap charter full. A smarter dude to get a lawnmower starter pulled. You'd be hard pressed to find a harder dude. Plus I got a lot more heart than a lot of you. Yeah, a sincere lust. Get your girls rear and bust. Fuck the fucking upper crust. But what he spits is butter trust. All you fucking motherfuckers gotta always wonder what's making a guy like him tick. What's his wanderlust? Like, hold up, I gotta take the bus. A rhyme maker plus someone who keeps taking drugs, saying nothing to the fuss, hanging out with my thugs, trying to be what I was. I couldn't even be what I was. I couldn't even be what I was. I need a couple hugs before I go nuts. Happy New Year's in a facade we trust. I couldn't even be what I was. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I will never make anything beautiful. I will never be a part of anything beautiful. I will never be beautiful. I told you I was gonna fuck that up. That's my favorite line too.
Raven Strife. Hey, that's it. I know you were there.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Bandcamp.com, baby. Go get them. Hell yeah, dude. I'm on back pages.
Oh, and that's my homie Darnell Il Omega doing all the production on my new projects. Go for the Gustos coming out this summer.
All right. Dude.
Yeah, the face.
If there could be a food item that would guarantee you'd want to fuck her, what would the item be?
Well, I mean, anything fruit related, I think.
Well, yeah, that's not exactly what I meant. I mean, like people already wear like fruity perfumes and shit like that.
You know,
I mean,
what
like,
was it?
I mean, like
apple. Was it apple? Oh wait, no, hold on. No, peach. When you smell peach, it's cat piss. They use cat urea to throw the scent. So whenever you smell a peach chick, if you're really into like the peach smell, you're actually into cat urine.
Is that what that is?
That's what that
That's
fucking
the
is.
tell.
so peach then is your answer.
Yeah, peach is his answer then. No wonder he had his nose in the litter box when I came to the bathroom before. So you're asking me like what lesser common food items smell
like a fucking like a
bacon.
20 piece,
right?
Or like
or a 15 piece.
like
I mean,
a junior,
they're very
like a
different.
Wendy's Junior's favorite cheeseburger.
A Western bacon
candied
cheese.
apple cinnamon thing is that might
Yeah,
do
but
something.
there's already perfume that smells like those things.
Right.
I'm thinking of like
What?
meals
Oh, what?
here.
No?
Yeah,
You're thinking
sure.
about
Like baby, you
breaking
smell
into
exactly
Salisbury
like
steak. Like, oh, this pussy
you smell
smells.
exactly like a Hungry Man dinner.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you smell like
some Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you smell like some
Scotch.
some Roy Rogers.
Scotch would be a good one. Well, you just dump scotch on them.
Yeah, just pour scotch all over the breasts.
And then they smell like scotch.
Yeah.
So.
Now they smell like scotch and KFC. I think there are two smells I never thought would
I
smell
guess that's
great
the point,
together.
right? Like if the KFC stink isn't you rubbing KFC all over him, it's a healthier option.
Now imagine she's lactating and the bourbon is mixing with the milk, and now the KFC order's coming off, and now the milk is coagulating and you get a sort of breast cheese.
Biscuits.
Whatever, man.
You want to smell her biscuits?
No.
Nobody wants to smell her biscuits. The craziest medical practices doctors thought made sense. Now, some of these are pretty obvious. Number one is the lobotomy. I mean, scraping out the front of someone's brain
makes sense,
is probably a bad idea, no matter how you cut the pie. A hot poker in the ass to combat hemorrhoids.
Well,
I gotta say
that actually would work.
I feel like that's being
cauterizes
underrated,
it, right?
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
Hot poker in the ass, though. I mean, that's got to sting for a while.
Right.
If you get infected too,
Right.
like the infection end of it
And
has
people
to
back
be.
then are eating like skunk foot
Right.
and like
Shit
shit
in
dirt,
your
and, like so they're shitting like
They're having
liquid.
a lot of goat butter.
You're shitting like liquid sandpaper
Goat butter.
through a burned anus. You know what that feels like?
Feathers
goat
and
butter.
claws and fucking.
Feels like somebody puts. It feels like somebody
They're
takes.
eating like
Could you
goat butter
imagine-
and porridge.
Yeah,
And
and just plants.
Could you imagine passing a rat claw?
Yeah, through your recently cauterized asshole. They make you eat a bag of claws to ensure that it doesn't shut all the way.
They have like colostomy bags, but it's just burlap.
Yeah,
and it's
right.
like
Yeah, it's
tied with some twine around your
And they're like,
side.
what's that greasy spot in your leg? It's like, oh, it's just my leaky bag.
It's my Hungry Man dinner.
It's my Hungry Man dinner done come out the side.
Don't mouth the words.
We are back. What is up, everybody?
It's hard to explain.
Hold on a second. You know what I'm going to do?
What are you gonna do, Rick?
Macalahosi, I am going to go ahead and share this show. I'm going to share this show to my page to let people know that we are definitely fucking back. In fact, I'm even going to use that verbiage.
Share that page. Share that page.
I like your enthusiasm, Tony Goggles.
Share that page. I just love
we are back.
Remember
with.
chant from the
and
90s. That's
We are
Uzi
back with
has-
enthusiasm.
Oh, that is a chant.
I love that. Enigma, man. That shit.
I like
is-
that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I like that. Like Anya. Yeah.
Yeah, the chant. I couldn't believe that was a thing.
I can't believe
That
that
was
that
in a
you-
movie. What movie was that in?
And you
Like
sang
every
it well.
movie?
You
It's
sang
the
it
end of
well.
Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
right? One of them was.
I imagine it's in movies of unicorns.
It's like a techno song.
Yeah, but that happens after the
Don't
sing
you feel
song.
like everyone should see the Mortal Kombat movies?
No.
At least
No.
the first one.
I think everyone should
Oh,
save
I
their own
saw the
lives.
Mortal Kombat movie in the theaters.
Both.
And
I
it was
saw
crazy.
both.
No, the
Yeah.
first one,
That's
dude, and it
awesome.
came in, right? And it was like, the song, and we were like this. And as soon as it said Mortal Kombat, I was like, Mortal! Dude, popcorn was playing that? I'm not kidding. A motherfucker did a freaking cartwheel, like a backflip step. We're like, holy shit!
Dude, it was so
the
loud,
craziest-
too. It was
at
so
Mercer
loud.
Mall,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god,
Dude,
it could not.
Whenever that comes on, I tell everyone. I'm
I've
like,
never
this
seen
was
any of the Mortal
craziest.
Kombat movies.
Well, you should see the
That
first one.
experience
Yeah.
was
The
a lot
second
better
one's
than the actual
good.
movie.
Like,
Yeah, I
as
think
a
it's
B
awesome.
movie.
She
Yeah.
told me that they suck, but in the best way.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
That's
first.
like saying you have to see Street Fighter.
It's not a me-
Oh.
No,
one
it's
has
not.
to
It's
see
way
Street
different than the Street
Fighter.
Fighter one. The Mortal
The
Kombat.
Street Fighter, the real movie with Sonny Chiba,
no,
with Sonny
no.
Chiba. You
Yeah,
have to see that movie.
Son of Street Fighter is
Yeah,
a good one too.
Sister Street Fighter.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Street Fighter 2.
There was
Which one does Raul Julia
There was a
not
web
show up
series.
in?
Did
'Cause
you
I
see the
like
web
Raul.
series?
Yeah, he
Raul
died.
Julia
He died
is in
right
fucking Street Fighter?
Yeah, it was his last movie.
Yeah.
The
What are
web
you talking
series,
about?
Street
Died.
Fighter, the new one.
Oh, I
is
heard that's
really
good.
good.
Oh, there's a
What?
new Street Fighter?
He's
There's
the main
there's
villain.
it's a
There's
web
a
series.
New York?
Yeah,
It's like a web
Gomez
series.
Adams is
Yes!
the bad guy in
He's
Street
bad.
Fighter.
He's M. Bison.
I love Raul Julia.
And he's sick as fucking in that. They were all.
Remember how
we
bad
read about that, right? Where
in Street Fighter?
The movie?
No,
when he
the
showed
video
up,
game.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was
he
overpowered,
was supposed to be
man.
big,
Just
and
use
they
it as a
couldn't
character.
believe
It
how
was
skinny
like
he was.
cheating.
Man. Fuck.
That double kick.
That
he
double
did.
kick, yeah.
It's like you're
Spoiler
dead.
alert.
Spoiler alert:
28
Raul Julia
years
dies
dead.
after Street Fighter.
He dies right after the cancer.
You can IMDb
Right after
him,
the
or we can
cancer.
tell you
Right
the other
after.
movie.
Yeah. He's like, they were like, cut. He's like, ugh.
I want to say hello to DJ Alien in the chat. Lauren Casey's in the chat. What's up,
Woo!
you guys, man?
Yo.
Good to see you.
Alien, you drinking a Yang-a-Langer, bro?
So let's go quick around the bar. I am Rick.
Rob.
Sarah?
Ray.
Goggles.
Patrick.
Sarah?
Maclahosi, non-fundamentalist juggalo.
Yo, yo.
Do
Non-fundamentalist
you have
juggalo.
any friends that actually call you Patrick?
No,
like
not
all
one.
the time?
No, nobody.
You
calls
do
me
now.
Patrick, do you want to
Patrick.
Yeah, I have a friend in him.
Patrick, do you want to chill later?
No, actually, some people call me Roddy. Some people call me Pat.
You
some
can
people
call me
Patty?
Ray.
How about Patty?
You can call me
No,
Jay.
I don't like that.
Which one do you hate worse,
I actually
Patrick or
dated a girl,
Patty?
Patty, so I don't like that. at
Were you
all.
guys like saying each other's names and getting confused?
No.
Oh, Pat. Oh, Patty. 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 Wait, what?
What's happening?
I'm leaving.
It's a loop.
He just glitched.
My boss at the old car dealership that I worked at used to call me Patty once in a while. I'm like, dude, you got to stop that. And he was like, why? You know, I was like,
Because I don't like it.
Yeah.
Same way as you can't call me Dick. I don't like that either. Don't call me Dick.
Don't
It's not
call
the
me
same
Dick.
thing. Where the fuck?
King
what-
Richard.
Yeah, King Richard. I like. That's
Yeah,
fine.
perfect.
Even Richard is okay. You know, even just Pauper Richard is better than Dick. Honestly.
There was
I've
a
been
really
called
good
worse.
mechanic down the
Yeah,
street
right.
from me. His name is Dick, and he
So you
he
should
did
be
some
okay with
great
it.
work.
Well, that doesn't make me okay with it, though. I'm not okay with it. So, what's up, Damien? What's going on? Sensei Wright is in the chat. What's going on, buddy? So I wanted to talk about the Terminator trailer, if I might.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you watch this?
So Terminator,
Bum, bum, bum,
you watched
bum.
it, yes? I can
Oh,
tell.
yeah, I
I,
saw
I can see your thoughtful yet somber look in your eyes.
Terminator 2 is my favorite movie of all time.
Okay, so hold on now. Terminator to me is a
the
franchise
3-0.
that they can't get right. They keep fucking it up repeatedly. They didn't finish
They
the set.
got it so close to right with Sarah Connor Chronicles.
So close.
Like, why did they
that
have
was
to
a good show.
stop that? That was like the best Terminator reality, the best fucking casting. It was so good. Why did they do that?
Did you watch that?
I don't watch anything
didn't
after
see
because
it.
I know it's not going to live up. Terminator should have ended at 2. It just should have.
agree
It
with
was
that.
it was written to end at 2.
I agree.
It's done, and it was so fucking.
I agree.
To me, it's a
This
perfect
one-
movie. That's why it's my favorite movie of all time.
one's James
It's
Cameron.
hard.
It's a good movie.
I know James. I don't care. He's producing it. If he was directing
Oh, I thought
it,
he was
made-
directing
no,
it.
he's
Why the fuck
producing
they
it.
blowing smoke up your
So
ass?
that you
man?
go,
Yeah,
James
right.
Cameron, James Cameron, yo.
Yeah, like his vision.
James Cameron came to the set one day. Whoa!
Listen. The deal is this.
If that was collective, like, if the whole staff of the movie was like, whoa, in like unison, it
Production
would
stopped. They all died. Production stopped that day. We don't have James Cameron back anymore.
James Cameron's wearing a fucking GoPro. And he walks in and they're like,
whoa! Heads explode.
We're like, this is the best Terminator movie I've seen in a long time. So, but Terminator continuously fucks up. And how can you have a franchise this good that keeps fucking up? And the trailer has got problems. First off, I love the trailer. But
tell us how you really feel.
How the fuck is it
if
if Terminator melted himself at the end of 2, why the fuck are we seeing him old now? And where in the fuck is John Connor?
And why does he grow old? Is that
like got a human body?
It doesn't matter. Here's my point. They just keep remaking the same fucking movie over and over again, too. That's a problem. And there's always the liquid metal guy, and then there's the Terminator. Why not come up with something new? You know what I mean? I would love to see a new, expand it instead of keep making the same
like an
fucking
AI
movie.
Terminator
This is not the same
that you
thing
never
I said
actually
about Star
see.
Wars.
It's just in all the systems everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
like
the same movie
a
all
new
the time.
threat. Like if things keep getting better. Well, okay, so now the guy's black metal.
Sure.
Wow, big deal. Like,
Cyclical.
I'm so excited. Like, but Arnold's gonna be in. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Also,
He's he was also in fucking End of Days. I don't want to watch that
Sheds
shit.
a Terminator now with an EMP. Like, can't there like another Terminator go? He's off now.
Right.
Everything we can do in your house. You can shut. Hey Alexa, shut all my shit off.
Have you
Sorry, I
tried
hope you're
unplugging
Alexa.
it?
Shut all my
Back in.
Yeah, but, like,
No, you can actually
the age of
shield from
RoboCop.
EMPs.
This
Yeah,
isn't
I
like
don't think
minor
that would work.
mechanics.
Right, but it's like, what the fuck? Like, why every robot just does a new thing with its skin,
And
it
they all
doesn't make
do
any
all-
sense. It would just be like Bluetooth, and no, it doesn't even have to be a
And the problem they do too is like, story is never good. Like they just say we're up in the action. Who cares? The reason Terminator 2 and Terminator were awesome is because of the fucking story. The first one was awesome because they couldn't afford to do anything.
Right.
And then the second one was
still did a
awesome
great
because they were
job.
like, okay, we can afford to do this, but still, we
$100
have
million.
a good fucking story. I cry every time Arnold gives up that thumbs up. I'm fucking bawling.
Niagara Falls.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Niagara Falls, Frankie Angel.
You know what my new game is to play? My new game is to play when I watch a movie that now that we've seen so many plots kind of be the same in different movies. Like I try to analyze film now into where I go, that's actually this movie with different characters. Now what I try to do is like, you know, the whole M. Night Shyamalan, like, wow, what a twist kind of thing. Like now I go and I connect television shows that are on stupid shit, Netflix on shit, and go, I wonder if this character could walk into this plot thing right now. Like, we started watching today, we watched Umbrella Academy on Netflix. Have you guys seen that shit?
I don't know anything
The
about
plot
it.
of the fucking story is crazy, but like every time I'm like, well, I wonder if the guy from John Wick is going to walk in.
Right.
The guy from, like, it's one character. We're running out of ideas. Like,
Well, that's
and
based on the comic book,
these
correct?
Right, but these reboots, like, this is what happens. They come out with spin-offs, they come with reboots, and the reboots aggravate me because they're what they're effectively trying to do is resell mercerndice, resell all kinds of shit.
I don't mind a good reboot though. Like the new
If they
Gremlins is
do
coming
it-
out.
No.
Come on, man. Really? You all don't want to see what the Gremlins would look like in this day and age?
No.
A better Gremlin?
No. First of all, you can't have a
And
better
it's supposed to be
Gremlin.
dark.
No.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
supposed to be dark.
Dark. They said, you see the new Critters? Garbage.
No,
Come on, man. Critters doesn't hold up to Gremlins.
It's the same thing.
You're
I
out
know,
of
it's
your
the same
mind,
goddamn
dude.
thing.
Sorry, it doesn't hold up to Gremlins. No
First of
fucking
all,
way.
neither of them are munchies, okay?
Yeah.
So that's what needs to
No,
come.
no,
That's Jim Henson, man. How are
What?
you
What's the
Jim
one with
Henson?
the guy in the toilet?
Still.
Ghoulies.
Ghoulies, that was
Are
my
you okay
shit.
with a Labyrinth
Ghoulies,
reboot?
right? There's no reason to do that.
Then get the
there.
fuck
What
out
about
of
the
here with
Dark
your
Crystal?
argument.
They're
No
doing the Dark
chance.
Crystal. You see the
Who
photos
takes
in that?
Sequel.
Yeah, but
takes-
it's like
No
it's not
one. That's
it's
the
not
point.
a reboot though. It's like, isn't it stories that just take place in the same universe
Yeah,
as Dark Crystal?
yeah.
I thought it was
That's
like
what
a
I
prequel, like series.
I thought it was after.
I don't know, but I will not support any of that shit. Like, fuck you. Stop trying to get this nostalgia thing. I will not watch it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I cannot wait. I hope every superhero movie fucking bombs. I hope every Star Wars movie fucking bombs. I hope all this shit that they're just like,
Dude, the Star
these
Wars
people
movies
are
have been
fucking
pretty good.
stupid. Let's no, they're not.
Rogue One is a dope
One was
fucking.
fire.
Rogue One
It
is
was really good.
Rogue One is the best Star
Right
Wars
there
movie
to
ever.
Empire.
Oh,
And
no.
Empire's a little higher, and then Rogue One right under.
It was well written.
Yeah.
It was well executed. It felt like a fucking hardcore movie.
There's still things I can go through it and say what they should have done. Minor plug right there.
Never heard of them.
But there's like, yeah, no,
I'm going to read the chat for just a second. Let's see. Damien, Sensei Wright says, I'm calling it right now. Plot of the new movie. A Terminator manages to go back before the events of T2 and take out John Connor. Then Sara has to take over the job. That would explain why Arnold got old. If you look at the IMDb page, they have a boy cast as John Connor, but a man too.
Not a man.
Rogue One and Solo are neck and neck for me.
They should take out John Connor because then the loop would end.
You guys should watch the
Solo
episode of what
That's all they have to do, in my opinion.
Hold on, wait a second. We just got lost in a Terminator Han Solo loop. We need to figure out what we want to talk about first. Let's finish up with Terminator.
Fine, Terminator takes a time machine back to Solo.
John Connor wouldn't exist.
Galaxy far away. Right.
Give me your vest and your gloves.
And right at the end, right at the end, Robert Downey Jr. shows up as Iron Man, but it's 25-year-old Robert Downey Jr.
From Less Than Zero, all fucked up.
James Spader, and he's like,
Pimps out Ultra,
baby. I'll tell you what we do with this fucking glove. And he's like, and everyone dies, and he's like, I told you, don't fuck with me. And that's it. It's like weeks after Robert Downey Jr. walked out in an orange. So, and then the lights with the Star Wars.
So Damien says, I loved Solo. No one else has to.
Yeah,
I loved Solo.
I enjoyed Solo.
Rogue One good. It was good.
100%. I love it, but listen, I like some things that I don't think are great. Do you get that? Right. I love some things, but I also... Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was raising my hand as an example.
Yeah, there are things that I love, but I know they're not great.
Guilty pleasures.
Yeah, but doesn't that make sense for like shit movies, not remakes of good movies or extensions of good movies that fail to produce a solid product?
The remake? That looks whack.
Where do you want to go with that?
Did I say whack?
You say because I said as a horror fan, where do you want to go with that? Where do you want to break Child's Play? That's like where do you go with Hellraiser? Where do you go to Nightmare on Elm Street? Like after a point, it's like no, it's done, dude. Walk away, and then they just try to get
the idea of Mark Hamill being Chucky.
So see, but you're sucked into this. They're like, that's
I
like
agree.
They're like, oh, we'll throw Mark Hamill star. He has something.
They did get me. You know why? Because Mark Hamill's awesome.
Now they got that extension with the Hobbs and whatever.
Are you a Guyver fan?
I don't know if he's a Guyver fan.
MacGyver's dope.
No,
but
not
he's a great
MacGyver.
fucking Guyver.
Yeah, he's like, yo, I love MacGyver.
Yeah, old school MacGyver fucking can make anything. Old school with the mullet. Guyver 2 is the shit. Did you pick that up?
That was a good
There was resonation in that bottle after it.
That was applying with the
It
grind.
might be good, but the thing that gets like long-time horror fans, especially, is because Brad Dourif has played Chucky in every movie, in every reincarnation. You know what I mean? So it's like taking Robert Englund out of it. I don't like Chucky because he's a killer doll. I like Chucky because of the actor who does it. You know what I mean?
Right. So, no, I understand that.
And it's like if you just throw Mark Hamill in there, you're like, okay, but that's not my. You know what I mean?
Doesn't have a job. But isn't that even awkward though? Like if you were to make a new fucking Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy was like CGI.
That was the thing they did that.
Well, they did it with I mean, like fully, like they don't do Robert Englund at all, not Robert Englund's voice.
Or the other guy,
because there was a point where he was dissociated from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Rorschach.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
And he could have been good. I think he could have been a good Freddy, but the movie was horrible. I think if it was better, I didn't mind
They
it.
were never good movies.
Hold on a second. Hold on, but that's the thing about horror movies.
Yeah, it's not
Point to me what a good horror movie.
Yes, they are.
How good
there are no
dismiss
good
horror movies as something that's just garbage.
Crispin Glover would be the best fucking Freddy Krueger of all time.
Yo, I'm telling you, young Freddy,
Crispin
Glover.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
100%.
He's totally got that psycho fucking.
100%.
He can make every
Go ahead.
role more.
I got nothing.
Crispin Glover, I could see as a good Freddy.
I like the
As a
Rorschach
good Freddy,
guy.
yeah.
But
As
now
a good Freddy pre-bird.
But imagine if you played
gonna
But what if he played Jason? Then you'd be like, what the fuck is this? That's how I feel Mark
That'd be
Hamill.
weird.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be more interesting.
I'm gonna cut you.
He was in Friday the 13th.
Fucking Crispin Glover played Chucky.
Crispin Glover.
Before really fucking changed shit up.
I'm really gonna come in and fuck you up.
Crispin Glover as that character, as Freddy.
Yes.
See the crossover? It's like
Charlie's
he's in the
Angels,
tree.
Crispin
He's in
Glover
the
as
tree.
Jason.
Yeah,
Right?
You could do it.
And as she's going, Calvin Klein, he comes to the window and he's like, no, bitch.
Yeah.
And he's
No, bitch.
why are you in here with Calvin Klein?
You know the thing about horror movies,
when
man?
Biff's about to whoop his ass, he's like,
Tell talk to me. What makes a good horror movie?
Fear.
What's good?
Well,
Fear.
good, first of all, you'd be scared.
Yeah.
What's the best one in your opinion?
My favorite horror movie? Not the best one. My favorite is A Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that movie's awesome. Here's why.
Okay.
One, I'm not scared of movies.
The first one.
The first one.
Okay.
One, it's a thing. Everyone sleeps. So it can scare you. It's not like Event Horizon where you're like, okay, that's scary and there's stuff.
But you're not
I'm not
in
gonna be in
space.
fucking space.
Right. He's literally boogeyman.
Yeah, it's a thing where you can't escape it. Everyone has to sleep, and that shit can happen to you.
Sure.
The flaw with it is that he's coming after the kids of the people who killed him. So if you think of it, well, my parents didn't, but you don't know what sins your parents ever committed. So
Yeah,
it's not
that's
Freddy,
good.
but someone else
Yeah.
coming back.
Sure,
to you.
sure, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that movie Sinister was always scary. You ever see Sinister?
No.
It was scary. It was good, but the problem with the ending is. I was like, oh, that could not. The circumstances for that person to come and kill you. Oh, that could not happen to me. That would not happen to me.
Okay.
So they like took all the fear away. But something like Freddy, that's a boogeyman who can come and get you at any fucking
Right,
moment.
and nightmares
Yeah.
are scary even when you're like too young to get what's going
Right.
on. So like when I saw Freddy, it was like I was like fucking 5,
Sure.
and like that night I had nightmares about Freddy Krueger in my fucking nightmares. It's like that's fucking crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah,
The
it's
way
awesome.
he looked at,
That's weird.
Like, it just even the makeup job.
Right.
Like, the look of him was terrifying.
Yeah,
like,
he's
as a
fucking
kid,
scary, dude.
I couldn't walk down the horror aisle as a kid.
Scary Terry.
Because of Freddy cover.
That's right,
like,
bitch.
Yeah, that's right,
Blockbuster.
bitch.
Like, I'd see that shit and I'd trip out. My mom would be like,
I think I was ruined for horror films though, because I always like,
Yeah.
you know, I've seen behind the scenes. I've been there.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure,
so
sure,
it's
sure.
but
like
I
it's not nothing about it is any bit of real to me.
But same here, but that's where the
You know what I
thing
mean?
comes in. If you
so
can
I can't
get
even
me,
relate it to being real.
If it's good writing.
But
I
listen,
get scared.
don't
I
you
still
feel
get
like,
scared.
Don't you
Yeah,
feel
The
like the
Exorcist is great.
elaborateness of some of the newer films? I like if you watch a movie like Saw or you watch a movie like what's that the one where everybody dies by
Final
like,
Destination.
Yeah.
Yep.
It got
That-
so
that
much
was
into
funny.
over glorified.
Yeah, I agree.
It
Gore.
got into like just gore.
That's the movies,
Which
though.
but no, it's great. But if you look at the actual writing, I think people don't appreciate the writing that goes into like making that random situation fucking happen.
I like the comedy in horror movies.
But everybody's looking at it for the gore. They want all that death. When you had limited shit to do, they couldn't do the shit they're doing in those movies in Nightmare on Elm Street or in Friday the 13th. So like the suspense of just having someone walk slowly versus a fucking blade coming out of nowhere and slicing somebody in half in some
that's the
ridiculous
shit-
to believe fucking thing.
I like the creepier shit too,
Indiana
like that
Jones
dog
does
face.
something
Whenever
like
the Nightmare on Elm Street 2, the dog that had the human face, like to
Yeah.
this day, that's still.
Or the
fucking
face
does
that comes out of the wall.
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
fucked up.
Can I just say something? Damien says the remake of Omen was easily the equal of the original.
Oh, that one was scary.
wrong.
And
It
he
was
also
scary,
said,
though.
"Oh, he said wrong." And he also said Mark Hamill can do whatever the fuck he wants.
The fuck is Tony Goggles?
Yeah, Christine's in the chat. Jack,
Cockknocker.
Kellen Offers in the chat. Gulu Brewer says, "Thanks, Tony. Can't sleep tonight." Keith Speroni said, "Never been scared of a horror movie. Don't know why I always laugh at the character."
Me too.
Now John Wick.
I'm always
I'm
laughing
scared
at
of
the
that
people, like,
guy.
that shit is funny.
Scared of John Wick.
So
hold
what?
on a
If you
second.
Don't kill his fucking
If
dog.
you
He
could-
won't hurt you.
I know you don't.
You have to
face
like
horror-
put yourself in that
If horror movies
position.
are not scary to you, like name me
Huh?
at least
Oh,
something
The
where
Exorcist.
you felt like
Linda
at
Blair
least-
was terrifying in that.
Oh,
You know what?
Exorcist.
You know what
yeah.
freaks me
Yeah.
out? Like movies where like the guy's like in the middle of the ocean with no raft,
Oh my
Right.
God,
and no
it
land
fucks
in
me up,
sight,
dude. Yeah.
That
Well,
I'm
then-
like,
Yeah, like
holy
you
shit.
legitimately care about Tom Hanks the whole movie.
No, fuck that guy.
No, you're fucking nuts.
I don't care at all about that movie.
You're crazy. That guy had to live on his own. Like you're like shit. No, not Forrest Gump. No,
I hated that movie. I hated that
volleyball
movie.
with
It
a
was
blood
so, like,
stain.
Bosom buddies.
You know what though? You bring up a
That was
good point.
excruciating to
What?
me.
You
watching
bring up
that.
a good point that transcends horror because a good movie brings you into the movie.
Right, yeah.
You feel what the characters are feeling. So if it's a horror movie and it's a good horror movie, then you're fucking scared with all
Yeah.
those characters
Right.
too.
Yeah.
If it's a drama
like
that you're
those girls in
feeling.
the '80s, the Scream Queens.
Yeah,
they
man.
were legitimately fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But that's like even
The
the,
chick
Saws,
that dies
you
in the sh-
feel you're like when she that one where she puts her hands up with the needles.
Right,
and,
right,
oh,
right,
Oddly
right.
enough,
The
oddly
first
enough,
couple.
You know who I think the best
Yeah.
screamer
And then
was? The chick that played
The shower girl.
no, the chick that played
Well, that narrows it
Laura
down.
Palmer.
Yeah, Psycho.
Remember
Laura
when her
Palmer
show
in
boobs?
Twin Peaks.
Yeah, she's.
Oh
she's
yeah,
great.
Now
Yeah,
since Twin
yeah.
Peaks,
Twin
that movie
Peaks
scares
scary
the
as
fuck
shit.
out of me.
Terrifies me, dude.
I can't watch that.
Yeah.
Scares the
Terrifying,
shit out of
dude.
me.
My God, final episode of season 2.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
David,
shit.
awesome
Black
David
Lodge.
Lynch shit
Black
would be
Lodge.
scary because
Fuck
it is
up, dude.
what?
Up.
Yeah.
It is scary.
Could somebody get me a beer, please?
I'll do it.
If you guys don't mind.
How about
I mean,
for me in The
I'm
Shining?
not saying there's not
Shelley
serious
Duvall.
situations.
Shelley
Shelley Duvall in The
is,
Shining,
is
yes,
the
I got
scariest
it.
part of The Shining is watching her be scared. It's
100%.
fucking
Oh, it
terrifying.
certainly is in Jack.
Oh my god.
What's up?
The Exorcist, I think, it defines a good horror movie because not only were like the practical effects
Thank you,
for
sir.
its time really on point, but Catholicism was rampant in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Wait, what is it now?
And it fucked with
Well, religious
Owning
shit,
it.
yeah,
Serious
religious
level.
shit is a different level.
It had like a
Yeah.
cultural impact.
No,
on
see, I don't.
religious people.
I don't feel like that's true. I mean, then no, I agree with you.
Like, you have to be religious to.
Right, you have
get
to buy into
affected
that
by
shit,
that.
but I think
Yeah.
like I actually fed into it. I love that shit. I think it's crazy. In reality, I like that shit. Like that shit I believe happens. That I don't know how. I don't know what's going on. But
Right,
like,
sure.
But the other shit that's like the exorcism of Emily Rose or whatever it is, and the shit with like the nuns in the basement or whatever, I was like, no.
It's silly.
Yeah.
Like
The one where
paranormal. What's the number one?
Oh,
where they
Paranormal
fucking-
Activity.
Yeah, the first
Brutal,
one
man.
I was
I
like,
thought that
damn,
movie
this
was
is fucking
terrifying.
freaky
First one
as
was
shit.
shit.
Same thing
Yeah.
with Blair Witch. Same
The
thing
next
with Blair
couple
Witch.
were like,
You know
the next couple
why?
were like,
Because they put the fucking effects in the right place.
Right.
And it was
They
never
spent
been
the
done.
money
It
where
was
it
done
mattered.
Right, it was new.
You're like, whoa, that's it was
Fucked
new.
up,
By the
yeah.
time you get to Paranormal Activity 15, you're like, oh
The
wow,
Grudge.
doors gonna open.
The Grudge.
Sure.
The Grudge is freaky as shit.
That's it.
Dude, somebody just wrote The Grudge.
No,
My
no,
mom,
that's
my
what-
mom wrote
That's
The
what I was
Grudge.
reading. The Grudge is
Yeah.
freaky as
Go ahead.
shit.
I like the
Or The Ring?
the exorcism one where the girl's already
Fucking
dead. The autopsy of it was Jane Doe or what's that one called with the guy from The Ring, and that one was good because a lot of exorcism it is like it takes me on a suspension of disbelief because I'm not like, ooh, the devil. I don't care.
Sure.
But like, it's just got to look cool and be a little more scary. And that one's awesome because it's just the dad and the kid.
Sure.
And the whole building's on lockdown for just those two characters. And they're both fucking awesome actors. So it sucks you in. Like, you don't have to believe that there's some.
So, go ahead.
You know,
I feel like exorcism movies, ghost movies, things like that. There's like an element of not knowing what could happen.
Yeah.
like
Right.
that I think
Right.
plays into why those horror movies.
Oh
can
my God.
tend to be
House of
popular.
Haunted Hill?
Yeah,
Did you guys watch House
The
of Haunted
original?
Hill?
Yeah.
There's one with the original
Not
black and white
the,
one.
no, the newer one that came out on
Oh,
Hulu
Haunting of Hill
recently or
House?
whatever, the Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah, that was a good show.
That was really
God,
good.
I thought
That
it was
really
really
good.
well done, man.
Yeah,
but
they tied it to the human counterparts so well that it wasn't just the horror; it was the
Right.
drama.
But
and
you
the
couldn't get
caring
away with
they
that an
got,
hour and a
yeah.
half. You couldn't get
Why
away
are
with that
you
an hour
annoyed
and a
by
half.
that comment?
I'm not annoyed. I'm kind of upset that I can't relate
To what?
to being like scared at these movies.
I haven't been scared from a horror
Okay,
movie
so are
since I
you a
was
fan of comedy?
10.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, what's your favorite comedy movie? Like, what's your
I,
favorite?
I
like,
wouldn't even be able to say.
Okay, well, so give me a breed of comedy that makes you laugh.
Everything, man. Like,
well, let me explain this then. So, are you a fan of Chris Farley, David Spade kind of comedy, or are you a fan? Okay,
Wes Anderson type of comedy. Two different types of comedy.
right?
You know?
Everything.
It's two different types
Everything.
of comedy.
Yeah,
so
but
if you
but
like to
his
laugh,
depth
there's
of
so many
comedy is
comedy
fucking-
So
movies
you
I
would
go
say
to where I've
Medea,
known.
Medea's
No,
Christmas.
no,
So don't say everything. If you can't laugh at Medea,
That's the thing is that it's
there is a few things that I would laugh at in Medea, but the majority of it, I just
But I'm
don't
trying to
like.
get you. I'm not saying it to put you on the spot. I'm saying I'm trying to relate it to comedy for you. The
No,
way
'cause we have Medea
for
here.
horror movies. It's
Come
like
on,
there
Medea.
are
There is a
Medeas of
threshold.
horror
There is
where
a
you're like,
threshold.
oh, you like this shit. You're like,
There is a threshold where it's like, if it's just dumb, I'm not into it.
Sure.
Sure.
It has to have some kind of like intelligence.
oh,
some kind
without
of,
a
like,
doubt. But that's what we're saying with horror. So just so that you feel more comfortable,
Like, I
I'm
can't
saying
put
with
myself into
relating it
these
back to
people's
something.
situation.
Do you
though,
like Evil
because
Dead 2?
I look at
That's
these horror
my
movies and I'm
favorite.
like, I would
Yeah.
never be in this
Evil
situation.
Dead 2 and
this guy
Texas
did some, this
Chainsaw
is
are
an,
my
this
two
is
favorites.
frustrating to me because these people are fucking retarded. That's how I feel
Well,
when I
yeah,
watch
yeah,
these
all
movies.
of them. That's the whole point.
Did you ever see
That's-
Dead Alive?
Oh, I love Dead Alive.
That's the basis of Scream, isn't it?
Dude, Dead Alive, Evil Dead 2. I think you'd like those because they're goofier and they
Yeah.
know they're goofy. And
Right.
But
they take
there's still some
There's elements
dark, scary
of horror.
moments.
Right.
Like for me, in
Sure,
Evil
it's a
Dead
horror
2, there was a bunch when I was a kid, like the lady in the basement, and then it turns into an action movie, but it's still fucking scary for me.
Like
Yeah,
they-
I don't know.
It's interesting to me when comedy and horror cross paths,
That's what I
and you
I
get
actually
and you
like
get
it.
them both legitimately. I really fucking
Yeah, but
love
you
that.
know what sucks is like that was way bigger in the 80s. like Ghostbusters, Gremlins, that's considered
what kind of music?
I get more
Today-
frustrated
but
in
today
horror
they
than
don't-
I
that doesn't
do.
exist.
No, I actually agree with you,
frustrated
man.
I'm like,
in comedy
why
where
is this
people
even
make
happening?
stupid jokes
Like,
in some
this
scenarios
is
where I'm like,
just
come
not,
on.
like, yeah.
Yeah, but I understand completely.
Comedy
It's, you know,
does the
frustrating
same
is to watch
shit,
somebody
it's
run
hard.
up a staircase where you're like, are you fucking stupid?
Yeah,
The car's
sure.
got gas.
Why
in it.
would you go
It's
up?
right there.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
We
why
have
go
to fill an hour and a half.
Well, that's
Yes,
like,
there's a logical way to do it.
Well, we just spent an hour talking
you
about
sit-
stupid
you-
people running the country. Like stupid people do stupid shit.
Oh, it's a metaphor.
They do chases.
all a
Like,
metaphor.
like people
it's
fall
like-
all the time. People
It's more
sit-
painful
Jason
to watch
Voorhees
than it is
is Donald
scary.
Trump
It's like,
everywhere
oh,
you
I
go.
How many
can't
times
believe
you like
this guy
walk
is
out
doing
and check
this.
your phone and you put it down and you go, oh, I meant to check the weather. I checked my Facebook. Oh, I forgot my keys to the house. Why can't
Like,
you
this
track
guy's not even
when a
fighting
guy's
back.
chasing
Like, this
you?
guy's
Why
not
can't-
doing
Like
this.
Friday the
Why
13th
is
is
this
really
happening?
frustrating to
Like,
watch because everywhere
Yeah.
you go, Jason Voorhees is already there.
Right, and he's
I
slow
love
as
him,
fuck.
but I love him as a character.
writers
But it's like
oh.
you were up 8 flights of stairs. I ran down the street, took a car, drove 4 miles, and you're already at the convenience store waiting for me.
But you know what's fucked up? We saw what's the movie with what horror movie did we recently go see? Halloween. Right? We saw the latest one. But there was something about every time Jamie Lee Curtis is on screen, now it's a thing. Now it's like,
where are you going?
This
with
is fucking great. This is fucking great, but I don't know why. You know what I mean? Like
Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's a nostalgia.
She had a cool. I think
Maybe.
her idea of that, her thing in that movie, a woman who survived a horror situation like that. I would have loved to take Mike Myers out of that entire movie, and basically it's Terminator 2. If you think about it, Halloween is Terminator 2.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said Jamie Lee is a Sarah
she did.
Connor.
It's a woman who was affected by something, and now this is how she deals with
She's a
it. Now, the horror
doomsday
movie has
prepper now.
never, and that's why I was like, okay, because I've had that idea. I'm like, what happens to these people after? Sometimes you see them in the sequel, sometimes you
that,
don't.
yeah.
But what happens when Freddy doesn't come back, or the Michael Myers doesn't come back? But in your brain, you're always like, I would have loved to see
it's always
her.
there.
You're
Yeah.
terrorized by
There
your fear.
now.
Yeah.
Never to have been in the movie, and it's just her dealing
That's
with
kinda
this
interesting.
thing. Imagine have a great movie that now that's a horror
That's a-
movie you would
that's-
like.
Yeah,
Where
it's
you
like
don't
you
see
see
him.
him, like
Right.
you get flashbacks
It's
of
just
him or
her.
something. And it's
Maybe
Constantly scared.
to fill people in.
and she
because-
sees him all
Like
the
a movie
time too,
on
and you don't know if it's real or
PTSD
not.
shit.
Right.
Yeah, she's
Or
right,
maybe
right.
you can't even tell if it's like a flashback or
Right.
really
Reality.
happening.
Right.
but it's
Maybe
really
she's having
happening.
fantasy. And first of all, Halloween, I'm definitely afraid of killers to come back and kill me, and I have a room full of mannequins. What the fuck's with that? Why? Put them somewhere. That's like a number one horror thing.
Right.
I got a room full of mannequins. I got a room full of, like.
But in the movie, you are scared of Michael Myers because he's like anybody here who could just put a fucking mask on and just show up at your house with a butcher.
Right, but with that movie, there's a lot. I can go on forever, but that's a wholly different podcast. But yeah, I'd love to see that end of it, like a human end. That's what I think The Exorcist
going
is
down
scary.
that one,
And
right?
the only
Now you know the film.
I don't
We
give
didn't
a
do the new
fuck.
Halloween?
No.
Didn't we do that? Oh.
And it's a human element, even just if you're not in that, you as a human being, you relate to that.
Sure.
You're like, wow, you went through some. I've been through
Yeah,
things.
you're
you know?
fucked up.
What's
now.
up, Jordan? Jordan Royale is in the chat.
Jordan.
Royale.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Royale,
Yeah, man.
I was about to
say, you know what they call it, Jordan?
You guys call Jordan Royale?
So,
in
has anybody seen that movie Us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went there totally full of gas. Was like, yeah, I want to go see this. Like, I was all gassed up because I don't really like Jordan Peele.
I love
Comedy wise, when he acts things out,
Oh,
but
I do.
I love him.
I do love him.
That show. Oh my god.
Oh,
it's
the
good.
show's funny, but I think
I
it
like
needs
a lot
both
of
of
that,
them. I
yeah.
can't,
Right,
so.
yeah.
Sure.
No, it's
But
like a team.
they play
yeah.
off each other. It's great.
Yeah.
But as a director, he's actually really talented. So
Yeah.
I was like, I got to see this, man. And when I went there, I can't tell you how disappointed I was.
Oh, dude, I
in the
left it
film.
like this. That's
I walked
stupid.
out and was like, "This was a waste of my life." Like people made a big deal out of it, and it goes back to that conversation. If you've been watching
I didn't
horror
see
your
it.
whole life,
Yeah.
it was textbook shit. Like it was
Sure.
like you just threw things out there to
Formulaic.
be bad,
Dude,
real bad.
And to relate to what you're saying to him, if you're a heavy-duty comedy fan, it'd probably be the equivalent of going to see Knock Knock.
It was
Jokes
deeper
on
for
fucking
me though. Like the interpretation that I read online, because after I got home, I was like, I'm gonna read all the fucking spoilers now and see what people had to say about it. And people were raving like it should win awards.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And I was watching like the reaction to it, and I'm like, yo, this is the generational gap. Like you guys have no knowledge of 30 years ago when horror was terrifying.
Right.
This is, and then I had.
Well, this is the new horror. It's not.
But that's it.
Somebody getting their head cut off.
But
It's,
if you're
look
young,
at this issue.
we are now in that part where the counterculture of those kind of films terrified us as kids, and to that's nostalgic shit. This, for a person who's 15, 16, 17, 23, is like, this is off the chain, and you're like, it's a context.
It's
thing.
also
It's
that
time.
garbage where, like, there's
We're
movies I
now
hate
old.
that are like, if I was younger, I probably would have hated us. but being older, I liked it. It's like a Donnie Darko to me. Like where people are like, but you don't understand. And you're like, shut the fuck up. If I sat in a movie and I was like, give me a break, give me a break.
Do you always talk about how much that movie sucks?
I just don't like it.
Donnie Darko is one of the worst
Everyone I
fucking
know
movies in the world.
loves it. I just hate it. I'm so happy. You're the only person.
No,
I've
no,
ever met.
I'm in that book. I'm in that book. I think it's
They're
a
like,
stupid
yo, I
cult
understand
classic.
Donnie Darko.
No,
you don't. I understand that it
But I'm not saying
sucks.
I don't understand it. I just say it's fucking. It was just boring and I hated it.
I liked it.
It was garbage.
You like it because it's called Donnie Darko and there's a rap.
And I hated it too.
Donnie Darko's the worst title ever.
Why it sucks.
Why would his name be Darko?
But I
That's weird.
also can simultaneously see the depth they were reaching.
I also hate it because it was like independent. It's like a selfish reason too. It's like people are like independent film.
I understand
I'm like,
that.
oh fuck you with that. I hate
Right,
Boondock
sure.
Saints also because of that same fucking reason.
The first one
For
was
thee,
good.
my lord, for
No,
thee.
it
The
wasn't.
second
you
one
don't
was a
hate
piece of
Clerks.
shit.
You know what's good? I love Clerks.
You can't hate Clerks.
Yes,
I know people
great
who love
movie.
that
But
movie.
you know what's better
Great
than
writing.
Boondock Saints? Did you ever see the documentary about the making of it?
No.
I
Please
heard.
watch it.
I know
It
the director's been
is
blacklisted and all a bunch of
amazing.
Yeah.
But I agree with that point, having loved all of the other films he does.
Right. Like, Get Out was alright. I didn't think he should have won an Oscar in any way, shape, or form.
That film. I don't think
What
that
film?
film holds up Boondock Saints to the rest of the films
Number
that
one,
he's
the first
done.
one.
He's made other movies.
He made 3 fucking Boondock Saints movies. Didn't he?
3
Maybe
Boondock
2?
Saints movies?
No, the
There's 3 of
third
them?
one hasn't come out
Oh,
yet.
they didn't make the third one?
But it's
I don't know.
coming.
I couldn't fucking.
It's coming. It's supposed to be
jeez.
redemption.
The second
Yeah,
one was like,
sure.
I
it's
didn't
rough watch.
Listen, folks.
Good. Now you know how I felt when I watched the first one.
We have to cut. We have to cut the second break.
What?
What?
Wow.
We have to cut the second break.
We can't
I'm
shut
sorry
the
to
fuck
tell you
up.
that, but we have to. When we come back, we're going to talk to our guests, find out what you guys got to promote. Ray Strife, you're going to perform tonight, yes?
I'll rap something. for
Okay,
you
he's going
guys.
to rap something.
I'm not rapping no matter how much you ask me.
And to everybody, well, we're asking you a lot. How do you feel about that now?
Here's how I feel about rapping on the air. I don't really motherfucking care.
Right. Word.
Freestyle!
Say no to drugs.
Say no, judge. Respect your mother.
Stay in school.
So when we come back, there's going to be a timer in the corner. What's up, Mike Jellis?
Like, do you remember back in like the '90s there were commercials like that where
Yeah.
there was some like
Fuck yeah.
where
Mr.
he
T.
would,
Some.
like rap
I don't really
and
know.
Yeah.
would stay in school and then it would like go back to the cartoon. The other
After
school
these
cartoon.
messages,
I'm not a
we'll
chicken.
be
Right back.
Yeah.
I got some toast. I don't have a beer, but I'm
That was
making
all
shit.
day, and then it was my father's birthday that night.
And the
so
cowboy.
I laughed.
After these
Yo,
messages.
What's up? Hold on.
He jumps in the guitar case.
Hold on.
We're
No,
about to miss a
ABC.
vital piece of Hollywood history.
Go ahead.
You remember
What
the
kid
I'm
were
not a
you?
chicken, you're a turkey?
That was almost him, dude.
That was you?
I waited there. I was.
No, he's
Can I-
he's the baseball kid from the
Wait, can I tell the
Pizza
story?
Hut
Can I?
commercial.
No.
What?
Okay.
The Ninja Turtles
Hold
one?
on.
I love
No,
that
wait,
one.
wait.
Yes,
Wait,
that
that's
was.
you?
Did you guys
I've been
own?
sitting next
Did
to
you
a
guys
star.
own? Did you guys own the 1990 VHS tape of the first Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, right.
Now,
He
in that
already
on that
knows who he
videotape,
is.
on that videotape,
That's him.
You're like 2 steps behind.
God damn it! On that videotape, there's a Pizza Hut commercial,
Yes.
and there's a kid who
field?
plays right field.
Oh, yeah, right
That's
field.
him.
No fucking way.
You're right field kid. You're
My
right.
whole childhood. I watched you over and over and over.
It's important, you know.
What
You
do
gotta
I
know
see?
how to catch. You gotta know how to throw.
Everyone
God damn it!
That
Yes.
shit raised me.
Oh, I didn't know I was sitting next to a
That
star.
shit raised me.
I
I
still
didn't watch
think
the
about that
fucking-
shit every
I didn't watch the
fucking
movie.
day.
I didn't watch
a
the
masterpiece.
Oh man.
Oh my
And that was your
fuck
freestyle.
it. You know when we come back,
Play
we're
that
gonna talk-
commercial.
I don't even wanna
How do you
rap.
not play that commercial?
When we come back,
Making it
we're gonna
great.
talk to our guest, Matt Klahosi. Cut to our break. Go
Holy
fuck
shit,
yourself.
dude.
Go ahead, turn
Can't
it
top
up,
that.
hit
We can't
like,
ever top
and
that.
share
thing's
it.
over.
When we come back, we're gonna
Get the
talk to our
fuck
guest.
outta
Ray
here.
Strife's gonna perform, so we're gonna close out. Matt, just.
You're listening to us. And the bass.
I want to put a new story out there. Buzz might have left his poop on the moon. Buzz Aldrin.
So?
That's what I say. Who gives a shit?
Right,
He
Buzz
did.
Aldrin,
He
right?
gave a shit.
He left the shit is what he did.
Yeah, he left. Yeah.
He gave a shit to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But let me just tell you something. There's something about an article like
Well,
this
yeah, I
that
was about to
bothers
say,
me.
yeah, I got a questions too. Go
There,
ahead.
there are so many important things that come from going to the moon that this article had to point out, hey, there might be a shit up there.
Okay.
Now, I wonder how the shit holds up in space. I wonder if it freezes. Is it more preserved? Is there sort of a crushing sort of feeling? Sarah, you're in
no crushing.
There's no shit crushing going on
There's
the moon.
no reason why there would be.
I don't mean,
Well, I don't think he just like let it. It's not like
roll
floating
down
around.
his leg or something or whatever.
Yeah,
Kick it out of
exactly. Like
shape.
it's not bouncing around up
I
there.
would love to take my pants up
You
on
see
the
like
moon.
this fucking flag and then floating right by.
Yeah, there's just a turd floating by.
No, so let's think about this. I mean,
Sure, let's do it.
Going to the conspiracy of the whole thing.
Sure.
I mean, people always talking about the moon landing is fake and all kind of
Was
shit.
it?
Yeah, but did you see that shit flying around? Who put that there?
But that's the thing, though. So,
Right,
like,
it's a
okay,
space
you,
shit.
you mean to tell me that he got this vacuum sealed suit on to preserve his fucking life force and shit,
Sure,
keep all
sure.
the air in his body,
Right.
contained in this goddamn suit,
Right.
And he was somehow able
right.
to unzip his ass flap and drop a turd on the motherfucking moon.
Well, maybe his butthole was sort of vacuum sealed, so it was just asshole first. But I got to tell you, I would laugh my balls off if I were on the moon and I had the opportunity to drop the ass flap down and just take a dump and just watch it float around, float around the moon.
It is like
I don't think it's just a free range piece of shit.
You think he had like diarrhea? So it's just like
No.
brown liquid.
No, I don't think he was exposed at all.
I'd have shit in a bag and let it out then, man, just for the fuck of it. Just to say my turd is going to float around here long after I'm
That
dead.
really stupid idea would have cost like $100,000.
Oh, so you think it's premeditated? He was inside the ship.
He
and
had that with him before he took off from Earth.
Exactly. So like he pooped in a bag.
Right.
You know, zero gravity in space. I wonder how that would work. Because like, all right, you have gravity here on Earth to pull the shit out your ass when you're sitting on the toilet.
Well,
if you're shitting in zero gravity, I mean, is it fighting against you? Is it trying to push the turd back in your ass? You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
just gotta feel
there's
like
so many variables here.
I wonder how the shit feels coming out in zero gravity.
Because like I'm pretty sure it's like trying to wiggle to the left, wiggle to the right.
Right, it's sort of yanking up. It's sort of yanking up because your shit's trying to float away, so your butthole's getting sort of pulled in a way that it's never been pulled
It's not
before.
getting pulled at all, but you'd feel it against your ass as it floated up. It'd be like if you were shitting in water.
I don't know.
I've never shit in the water before.
I bet you have.
I have reservations about that because, like, I mean, your butt is a vacuum. Because, like, you push the turd out, and then you know, it kind of pucker back up, and it's going to pull water in.
Right,
with you too.
right.
So I don't even know how that's connected down there.
Oh my god! I never even thought about the last moment that the tip of the shit leaves, and then your butthole sucks back up.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to be sucking in
chlorine, water.
Well, I was thinking of space, so you're pulling in sort of anti-oxygen. What's in space?
Anti-oxygen.
Like would it just be easy for your
it's like,
intestines
I don't want you to breathe.
like would your butthole just sort of be sucked out into space?
Yeah,
would
like-
you die asshole first?
Like the pink sock. Just,
You wish.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You just truncated anus just pulled out into the vacuum of space. What do you mean? I wish. What the hell does that fucking mean? I don't wish for it. I am legitimately scientifically curious about what happens if I pull my bare asshole out in the vacuum of space and take a shit. Is it just gonna pull everything out with it?
I don't know. I hope. I'm not trying it. So
I'll tell you. She knows.
You know. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
Your glasses tell me
I
all
mean,
that I need to know.
If you were in a ship in the middle of space,
Sure.
and then a hole got punctured in the side of your ship,
Right.
and you were had your ass cheeks open,
Right. Which I often do.
it would suck you. Basically, well, depending on the way you were pointing, it could suck you ass first through the hole,
Okay.
or at least close.
Like
But-
on Alien Resurrection.
Right.
But
Which
you'd have
was
to be
reenacted
really
in-
aimed in the direction to make it really pinpoint accurate.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So like Alien Resurrection, which was reenacted in Avengers Infinity War.
Right.
Exactly. I got it. You punch your hole and just get.
And you just pulled out of your own asshole. You're turned wrong side out
Yes,
out of your own asshole.
yes.
Is basically what it
Yeah,
is.
it's like pulling
Or
the sock
right
off your.
side in,
Where do your bones go in that case?
I don't
just
know.
wherever.
They would just be released. They'd all separate.
I know your muscle hold all that together though.
That's what I'm saying.
right? So your muscles and
you'll be looking like one of them wacky inflatable arm flailing tube men.
That's right. With a turd floating around your head
because you created your own gravity.
Right. Let's
There's just a guy that photoshops shit at NASA. He just puts a shit in every space picture.
He's like, hey guys, I made it look like Buzz took a shit in the moon. Let's put it on the internet.
Let's see how far we can take this.
Yeah, see how far we could take this.
That flat Earth thing really went crazy after a while.
I know. I mean, it's the climate that we live in. I mean, if it pops up on the internet, this might be some truth to it. I
There's
guess.
definitely going to be a group supporting it. That's for sure.
Flat that Earth.
The flat earthers have really shown us what the internet is really capable of. I think, though.
I mean, but at this point, I mean, we've been around for millennia,
right?
Or whatever. Do it fucking matter if it's round or flat? I mean, I'm surviving. I'm living in this bitch.
But
right?
like, if it didn't matter, then you wouldn't have been able to get here. Your GPS wouldn't work. Your phone, your cell phones wouldn't work.
You talking about on that kind of level?
Yeah, right.
It's like Trump. I mean, it doesn't affect me in my day to day, so I don't give a fuck about it.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean,
so
I'm not leaning off to one side, and I'm just going off into the abyss of space with turds and shit.
We should be though.
That's what the space junk really is. Just big shits from astronauts floating around. But dude, I'll tell you what though, if you are in the vacuum of space and a big turd fucking swings around the earth and hits you between the eyes, it's gonna cleave your head in twain.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's for sure.
It's a way to go out.
Charmin now selling a roll of toilet paper that can last up to a month, since we're on the subject.
Yeah, but those are just the toilet that's basically the rolls that you see when you go
What
to use a
ply
public
is that?
restroom.
Yeah, I wonder what ply it is.
It's probably a half a ply.
Right, yeah. So
it's that crappy paper that you see when you go to the grocery store bathroom.
Right.
It's like a 70-pound roll.
Yeah, you go to wipe your ass, and instead what you end up with is a bunch of ripped paper and fingertips covered in shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at this right now, and I would not like to apply that to my ass.
Hey-yo! I wouldn't like, no way, dude. And then, by the way, this is all subjective anyway. Who the fuck are you to tell me how long a toilet paper fucking roll is going to last? I buy these fucking toilet paper rolls, like, oh, this is going to last a week. I'm like, yeah, we'll see about that.
Mm-hmm. I go to Costco and buy in bulk.
Yeah.
Right. Which, by the way, I didn't learn about Costco until The Watch with Ben Stiller and all them, and moving to Texas to where they have a plentiful amount of Costco's.
Okay, all right.
Also, another thing I didn't know about was a grocery chain called H-E-B, which is delightful. Matter of fact, I went there yesterday, and this is like
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah. Yes, which is here. Let me show you the meat selections that they have there.
Meat selection.
Yes, they have a extraordinary deli.
Okay.
Let's see where we at. I know I saved this motherfucker. I probably erased it, but it is on my Instagram, which you can follow at @randomramblingw_Rob. I know that's convoluted as fuck, but 3R Show was taken by this punk motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
Who goddamn have only 2 pictures on that bitch from years ago, and he don't use the motherfucker for nothing. Now, I went to his DM and I tried to daggone message him and tried to get Instagram.
I was gonna say, offer him $100, dude.
Motherfucker, I tried, and he don't motherfucking answer me. Son of a bitch.
Sarah, what's the next topic?
Oh, let's see.
There it is. Bacon wrapped jalapeno cornbread stuffed pork tenderloin.
Dude, I saw you post that. I saw you post that, dude.
Like, it
There's
just
so
sounded
much to
like there's a
unpack
bunch
there.
of extra shit they couldn't sell and mush it all in together.
That's what it was. Can you read it one more time? What is that?
It is bacon wrapped.
Okay, sounds good so far.
Jalapeno.
Okay, burning now.
I've had bacon wrapped jalapeno individually with a little bit of cream cheese or sausage.
Sure.
Delicious.
Sure.
So bacon wrapped jalapeno, cornbread stuffed pork tenderloin.
Yeah, that's a lot. That right there, that's a morning of hot shits. You're gonna need the
You're gonna need the moon landing for that.
You're gonna need the moon landing and some Charmin 1 month 1 month toilet paper for that, because there's gonna be some blood to soak up too. You know what I mean? If you're shitting out fucking bacon jalapeno, you know, we're talking about some shit here.
Oh, that guy looks interesting. Is that a Florida man?
Man admits ghost did not plant meth in his home, court records show. Just in case you were wondering, this guy thought that ghost.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
it says Louisiana.
Yeah, well,
that's where I'm from. I'm
listen,
sorry.
no offense, Rob, but a lot of these stories come from the South and the Midwest.
Oh,
and
I understand that.
I don't know what the fuck's going on out there.
They mostly come from Florida.
A lot of it's from Florida. But he admits a ghost didn't do it. So thank God for that, because I was concerned that a ghost may have done it.
Yeah, I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah,
Pretty
no,
sure
yeah,
one
anybody
person could
rational.
look at this guy and be like, "Yeah, dude, it's probably you and you forgot."
Yeah, it's probably you. And
I mean, I'm looking at this guy.
Sure.
I mean, he has some features about him that to make me think that like maybe 15 to 20 years ago that he might have been a handsome dude.
That's what I think.
Might have had a lot of ladies that would submit to his will and whatnot.
But it's falling apart.
Yes, that's what it looks like. He's disheveled.
I wonder if it was the meth that did it.
Yeah, I wonder. But
I wonder.
If
But
the ghost hadn't done it.
Yeah, I wonder how would an individual like this get introduced to meth though.
Right.
You know, that's the things that I look. That's the things that I think about when I look at stuff like this. It's just like,
Because if he
where
combed
did it
his
go
hair,
wrong?
yeah, right. If he combed his hair and put him in a suit, he might be a lawyer. You know what
And
I
then,
mean?
like, I'm looking at his age range. He looks like an older gentleman and everything, but he still has a head full of hair. Which, on the other hand, I am a 37-year-old male, and kind of healthy or whatever, and I have none.
Right.
And I've been losing it since I was 23.
And
so
now you
I don't
gotta
understand
wonder.
this.
And now I gotta wonder if you smoke some meth.
Would
Would it come back?
You know
what I mean? Because I wonder the same. Look, I might have a mohawk, but don't let it fool you. The front of the hairline is a little bit questionable. You know what I mean? So I understand that.
Mine look like the bat symbol, so that's why I got to keep it shaved. So it go all in different directions and shit.
I don't know. I feel for the man though. I look at him and I say, I see what you're saying. Back in the day, maybe he was really.
Imagine if he wasn't trying to bullshit people. Imagine if the whole time he really did thought that it was a ghost, and then one day he was like, "Wait a minute, I don't think that." No, that was me.
Yeah,
I did that.
yeah. Oh,
I did that shit
shit
with the meth.
For some reason,
fuck.
every time I smoke meth, I
better
forget.
tell them I was wrong.
Yeah, right, guys. It wasn't the ghosts. It was me.
I mean, that goes to show you he had some kind of moral compass when he was a kid. He had somebody kind of guiding him in the right direction. He haven't abandoned those
Honey,
core
if
values.
you ever get caught with your meth here,
Yeah.
you fess up.
You fess up.
Have a goddamn sense of morals.
Right, for fuck's sake. It's not ghosts, you piece of shit.
Unless it's a zombie condom.
Unless it's a zombie condom, and then it might be ghosts.
So a zombie's a ghost? You think
No, a zombie's not a ghost.
Okay, so because they can't walk through.
I don't know. I mean,
It's just
I never
half-living
really
meat.
thought of it that way.
Because I mean,
but
ghosts
I
are dead,
guess,
zombies are dead.
Yeah,
I
they're all
mean,
dead. One's just meaty and one
No,
isn't.
it's virus-filled meat that's attacking the nervous
Well,
system.
it depends on what type of zombie world you're discussing.
And that's all the same, really. At the end, when it was some of them like coffee.
Well,
or
if it's someone that has a virus and looks dead, then that's not the same thing.
right. I don't know.
So you got three choices, and I'll let you pick.
Okay.
Which zombies would you prefer?
Okay.
The fast ones?
Okay.
The slow ones? Or the ones from the movie Warm Bodies?
Listen, hold on a minute. When you say prefer,
Yeah, like
I mean,
you
you had
do
no
what
choice in
with?
the matter, but
Like
you
if-
like if I had to fight them,
yeah,
give me the slow shit ones. You know what I mean? The ones that are like see, like in The Walking Dead, I never really understood why they can't get away. I'm like, these fucking things are slow. Yeah, there's a lot of them, but like, just pick up some knives, run real fast. They're not stealthy. You know what I mean? They're
It
slow.
reminds me more of like The Matrix, the second one, to where he was fighting all the Agent Smiths.
Right.
And he just took the pole and he was like,
Right. And if he can do that, I sure as shit can take out some Walking Dead zombies, for fuck's sake.
But it's not about the zombies anymore. The
Right.
Walking Dead is a euphemism for people in the world that have been transnight of their environment.
But it
and I'm
always
just making
has
up
been.
educational words that I'm not using correctly.
It always has been. The original Night of the Living Dead movie was a metaphor for what was happening to the American landscape. You know what I mean? It was people were just like zombies just going through their day-to-day life. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. And now we're dealing with
motherfuckers with their head in their phones.
Yeah, fuck. It's exactly the same.
Walking out into the traffic, getting ran over.
Right. You need laws now that tell people like, hey, make sure you don't look at your phone when you cross the street.
You know what's the most asinine thing that I think of? And I work in security and I've been in the military and all kind of stuff.
Sure.
If they're posted a sign that says "Don't do this," why do you need to question that?
Yeah, right.
Because a motherfucker did the shit that they're telling you not to do.
Right.
And it's a bad thing. So
Right,
I mean,
right. Don't
that's
put
why
your-
the sign is there. So
Right.
why should you question
So
it?
if the sign says, "Do not put your
Don't
tongue
leave
in
shit
this,"
on this moon.
Yeah, right. You're right. To just follow the goddamn rules. So what's the next topic?
Did we talk about the dolphins getting high?
Nope.
Oh no, I was.
But I'm interested.
So they found that young dolphins will hold a toxic blowfish in their mouth
Oh,
for,
yeah.
for
I
like
did hear about
several hours and then pass them on to their friends?
Why?
Wait.
Because they get fucked up on it.
Do
They
they-
hallucinate.
Do they pass it on the left-hand side?
I think so.
See, they are just like us.
See? Well, if dolphins was one of us.
Imagine just being that blowfish and you're just like, God, what is happening to me? And like the
And you
dolphin.
keep puffing up over and over.
you're
'cause
puffing
you're
up
all,
over and over.
okay,
Let me out of here,
Nothing
asshole.
worse than being a blowfish with anxiety.
Yeah,
I mean that's his defense mechanism too, and it's like, yeah, keep doing that shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ, this gets dolphins high?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, is a
Because
dolphin...
of the poison in the blowfish gets the dolphins a little
Listen,
hallucinating.
dolphins are the most evil things on Earth.
They're pretty awful.
Even Echo the dolphin.
Fuck the dolphin. Fuck Echo the dolphin. Fuck them all, dude.
They're
rapey,
terrible.
fucking weird, terrible, like little nasty motherfuckers. And there's no law in dolphin life. There's no law. So when they when there's a gang of 75 of them and they all gang rape one fucking dolphin or one person, they just get away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
now imagine.
Just get away with it.
Imagine you're a blowfish. You're a blowfish.
Unless they end up in a tuna can.
Unless that, and you know what, and we're all safer in that regard. But imagine you're a blowfish, and now you're being held hostage as to some sort of drug provider that you don't even want to be.
Oh my god, the dolphins have like an underground blowfish den.
Yeah, and they all
You
sit
pay
around.
you pay like a certain fee, and then like the dolphin lets you in through the coral, and then into the back room.
Right, there's
and
like
it's
a
just like really tall algae, so you can't see in there.
Right, and then you get in
and
there,
they're all sucking on blowfish.
and it's just abused blowfish.
Yeah, blowfish trafficking.
They're just beat to, and the blowfish are like, kill me.
They have like lipstick smeared all over them.
Oh man, you got Mrs. Puff back there, just like, oh man.
Oh wow, man. The dolphins, they have like a code word to get in that no human can speak. It's like, like, what the fuck? And every time a fucking blowfish hears it, they have a fucking panic attack.
And they blow up.
Not again.
Yeah,
and then they blow up. They're like, I wish I could stop.
And then the dolphin comes by and scoop the ass up.
Yeah.
I see you have some anxiety.
For hours, man.
Yeah, right.
Happy ending.
That's a whole afternoon shot.
But dolphins don't care about that. They don't care about their afternoons. They don't have a job to go to. You know, they don't give a fuck about anything. Man, dolphins are like the better version of
think
people.
of how good it must be that they're willing to get a spiked beach ball inflated in their face
Right.
for hours.
Right.
Like that's how good this
That's how
makes
good it
them
is.
feel.
Right,
that
right.
They don't give a shit about that.
It's like being Wolverine. You know, they ask him how the claws coming out feels. Is like it hurts every time, but it only hurts for a fucking second. You know what I mean? So if you got a blowfish in the mouth and it puffs up and the spikes hit you for just a second, if everything after that is euphoric,
yeah,
then fuck it, dude.
Because like I mean, it opens the pores. Probably it's just like it gets in it and it's like, oh,
It's like, oh, it hurts. You're like, oh.
That's like that new. I bet it's probably for them like that drug on the new Judge Dredd movie and shit, to where like they hit it and it's like all crystal and shit there in slow motion, like.
And what does a dolphin see on that high? I wonder.
I don't know.
They imagine that they're walking.
Yeah, I was supposed to say they got legs and shit.
They start evolving, getting little feet. Imagine a dolphin with some weird little half foot growing on both sides, and you're like, oh! And then, like, in another 50 years, it's got sort of a leg to the knee going on. And you're like, dude, we gotta kill these fucking things, or they're gonna start walking around on the beach soon.
Yeah, but that's what we did.
And look what the hell happened. Has this been good? Is this good for anybody?
No.
I mean, in some
And the
aspects, we get the zombie condoms. So.
God damn it, Rob, there's a shit on the moon right now. That's what we contributed.
Yeah, I
we
don't
put
see
a
any
shit.
dolphins doing that.
Yeah, I don't see dolphins do it. Not yet.
Yet.
Yeah, yet.
Would the laws of physics apply to them the same way in space as it would to human beings? Because I can imagine just dolphins orbiting around the moon. And
Yeah,
shit.
they're like, hey, look at us, you piece of shit humans.
And they blow a blowfish
And they blow a
out.
blowfish up. The blowfish can't
The
take the
blowfish
pressure.
has like a tiny helmet.
They're just like, thank God I'm going to die. And then it realizes it has a helmet on. It's like, fuck me. I can't get away.
It's like a tiny fish bowl.
They feed it just enough to keep it alive.
Because they're evil.
God, they're evil.
That's how vampires do us.
They're evil.
Farming us.
Look, man, if I have any fucking message for, Japan, it's just keep killing the dolphins. Do us all a favor, for God's sake. Fuck this.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back.
Hi.
Awesome Talk, Season 11, Episode 6 on May 28, 2019. We are back from our second break. So, number one, first thing we want to do is we want to talk to our guests from what they should have done, podcast. Let's talk about the podcast. Let's talk about what people need to know, where it comes from, all that other... Whatever the fuck you want to say about it. Let's talk about it.
Well, everyone's looking at me.
We just recorded our 13th episode.
Oh yeah, it'll be
Good
out
for
this
you,
Friday,
man.
right?
Yep.
Friday.
Friday.
We took
And
it-
our podcast is we did a mini episode here.
Yeah.
yeah.
A little while ago. It's where we pick a movie and we say, all right, they made this movie, but this is
Sure.
what they should have done to make it better.
Okay.
This would have made it a good movie. We pick it apart and say, this was cool, they should have extended this. It's just we pick movies apart and have, like, every time you watch a movie, I'm sure you're like, oh, if they only did this or they only did that.
I was
Like,
hoping
all the time.
Yeah.
This, they should have, you know.
Where it
Star
comes
Wars
from
fans feel
is
that way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't.
We've
I
done
was-
2 Star Wars episodes already, for Christ's sake.
Everyone's always telling me to do a podcast, and I was like, man, fuck that. I'm not hopping on the podcast train. I don't want to do it unless I have a great idea. And then we're fucking sitting there. I think it was Halloween, and we were arguing at the bar, and all we yelled back and forth at each other is, what they should have done, what they should have. And I was like, fuck, that is a fucking good idea. So that's kind of where.
And he was literally like, we should do a podcast. We go, how about Sunday? Like, this is Friday. I'm like, sure, I think we can do it. I don't think me and Sarah do anything Sunday.
These are 2 experts. I'm just a guy who's an asshole. So they actually know what they're talking about.
And I think I honestly was drunk, and like Sarah comes on Sunday, like, are we doing this podcast thing? I'm like, what?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
think we were all hungover and we all watched that movie. Like
Oh,
hungover
Bird
and-
Box,
Yeah, it was
which
Bird
was
Box.
like I have to watch. And
It was our
did
first
you like that movie?
episode.
Did it scare you?
I didn't
see it.
I didn't even finish
Terrible
it.
fucking movie.
Spoiler
I
alert.
imagine
I didn't
it
even
was
finish
terrible.
it.
Yeah. So what we do though is we balance it out with a perfect movie. It's usually like the last 10 minutes of the episode, but we do a movie that has some kind of comparison to the shit we rip apart.
Right.
And
Sure.
we go, that's our perfect movie in that genre. Or that's that actor's perfect movie here.
Or just something where like I wouldn't change a thing. You know, like perfect movies like Ghostbusters.
That's
Yeah.
rare.
I mean, rare. I mean,
It's rare,
if you
yeah.
think you can change something in Ghostbusters, you got
Professional was
Right.
one of them.
Yeah. Professional
And
was
sometimes
that
we
was a
don't
good
even
movie, yeah.
agree on. Sometimes
perfect
we don't
movie.
agree that the
I
the
do wish
movie
they
is
would
bad.
have
Is
had
bad.
him live at the end, though.
Why? Because if he did, there'd be a Leon 2, and it would have destroyed everything. You know it.
I don't know.
He'd be the
I
third
just
Boondock
liked
Saint.
him as a character. I wanted him to live through that. Like, he deserved to live. He was a good guy.
Yeah,
But he
he's
died for something amazing. You
He's
know what I
also
mean?
a
It's like-
hitman. You can't just have some dude. He's like a remorseless hitman.
Yeah.
Live at the end of the
And if
movie,
you watch
even
the
if you love
original,
him.
he's also
What
a
is
child.
this, China?
He's also a child
Like,
molester.
you can't have the villain
I'm
win at
just
the end? I
saying,
mean, what's wrong with the villain
But
winning
he's not
at
the
the
villain
end?
of the movie. But it's
But he's not a good person.
Yeah, he
has
has to be
he has
redeemed at the
sexual
end.
feelings for a child. I wish
So,
that.
yeah.
I would like to see her that way.
No, that was weird, though.
Yeah.
That whole dynamic.
That
dynamic was
they
crazy.
actually played
Take
it way
his statue down.
They were supposed to be way more sex stuff
Yeah.
between them in the movie, and they took it out. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
director had them actually fall in love and have sex.
Oh, no,
and
that's
that
not
was
good.
so. Then what's that guy's name?
No,
The guy-
that-
Leon,
I wouldn't
the
have been
professional.
Leon, who plays Leon, he even was like, I'll play this guy a little slow. So he's just like beyond reproach, like innocent about this stuff, even though she's kind of pushing it. This is what we did on
Yeah,
the
we
episode
actually discussed
of this,
it on the episode.
but like, yeah, because that was one of the ones. She always is the research dude, but
Usually.
I like went up and down looking at shit because I watched a different cut to rewatch it, and I was like, holy shit, is this the standard cut now? Because I knew all this new shit was
Yeah,
happening.
there's
So I had to look up a
professional
bunch of
and there's
different
Leon the
shit. So that was where I learned that they were gonna push some real wild boundaries there originally.
Oh yeah,
I'm glad they did because that
Now aren't you
would
glad
have
he died?
changed the whole movie.
Brutal.
Yeah, that would
in America, but in other countries, that's like whatever.
You would have been glad he died
Yeah.
at the end. Like
Roman
fuck that guy.
Polanski is the professional.
Love is love. Love is love.
Woody Allen, the professional.
Woody Allen.
Matilda.
Matilda. I did to kill these guys.
And
This
Tony-
one right here.
Tony
This
was
is
a great
from
character.
Matilda. I love my Woody Allen.
That was a good one.
That was a really good one, man.
I'd like to see Woody Allen play
What would we
Hitman. That
do
would
in
be
the-
fucking
That would
awesome.
be a good
When we
one,
talk
yeah.
about the car, Woody Allen would be Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. Live action Toy Story.
It's like Crispin Glover being, Freddy Krueger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What they should have done.
What they
Was.
should have
They
done.
should.
Woody Allen to be Freddy Krueger.
Where
Yeah,
can
I'm
you
gonna
find you
miss this
online?
kid.
What should people,
What's on all the podcasts?
Stitcher,
outlets.
Anchor FM.
Yeah, we don't even. That's the worst part of our podcast.
You're 13 episodes in too, right?
We have a
Yeah, and the
We have a
things like
Facebook
this,
page.
like I walked in like, holy shit, this
Yeah,
is
right.
something. We're just like, whatever.
We
And
do
then
have
I'm
a
like,
Facebook page. It's What They Should Have Done. SHOULDA
Slang.
done.
The
All
slang
one
that I
word.
talked.
So you can get updates there and make comments, give us suggestions, things like that.
Yeah,
we had a
welcome
cool
it, really.
intro done by Frank Sasso. Give him a shout out. He does a whole podcast network. It was nice right away. We had a bunch of followers. It's fun. I don't know.
We have some consistent regulars.
Yeah.
Get us through
His
it.
mom.
When we see him in real life, and talk to him about it.
They yell at us.
Let's talk about what you guys have going on individually right now. What are you excited about?
Well, we've got a movie coming out on
June 11th.
June 11th on VHS and DVD.
Yep, it's called High Death. You can pre-order it now at Target, Walmart, Best Buy.
Hold on. For people who are watching who've never seen this before, when you say we have a movie coming out, what does that mean, we have a movie coming
DIY
out?
Films is our
Oh,
production
right.
company.
Okay, please.
DI, the word Y. You want to zoom in on that? Are you zooming?
Are you
All right.
zooming? Hello, can you see it?
You zooming?
Hey,
Yes.
what is that, velvet?
I can see it. You're not zoomed.
So,
Liar.
DIY Films is part of an anthology called High Death, and we did the first part of it. That's going to be released on June 11th on VHS and DVD.
And again, you can order anywhere DVDs are sold. And then we have a movie coming out called Girls Just Want to Have Blood, which is Lost Boys meets Mean Girls. That should be coming out sometime this year or next year. And then we have a comedy that we're finishing right now.
Can't
that
really get into details
contractually we're not
about
allowed
it.
to talk about. That's going to be fun. Raymond Strife is in it. I think your music's in the
I'm
other
not
one.
in it, am I?
Not yet.
Yeah, you didn't show up to get killed?
Yeah. Oh.
Not for that one.
We also
you're in Girls Just Want
Spoiler
to Have Blood.
alert.
You're just
I
Girls
get
Just
killed.
Want to Have
Spoiler alert.
I get killed every time I'm on
I
film.
kill him in every
like
movie.
100 fucking
still
times
time.
now.
Blood. Sarah's like, we need to kill someone. Like, fucking call Ray.
Yeah, right.
Call him.
A music video we just did for the Baron Marys just got released.
On Blank TV. So
Yep.
if you check out Blank TV right now, Baron Mary's Roaches and Fleas music video we just did. Yeah. Oh, I'm playing at Stino's Fest on
Trenton
this
Fest
weekend.
This weekend. It's 3 days, 3 venues, fucking 100 bands. I'm playing. My band Over Everything's playing.
I'm playing.
He's
My
playing.
band Mega Now's playing 90s dance music.
Is
If you like
Pissed
90s
playing?
dance music.
Pissed is playing.
And Pissed is playing Sunday. Mega Now's playing Friday.
Art All
Yeah.
Night's coming.
Art All Night's
Night. Oh,
coming.
yeah,
Yeah.
So if
I'm
you're-
trying to get a piece in Art All Night.
Yeah, do
I
it,
wanted
man.
to do a
Submit.
puppet and put it in.
You should
Yeah,
totally
her
do it.
too,
Oh, they'll
yeah.
let you. Oh, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
painting in the other room there.
Yeah.
Do it.
They
Submit,
do have
submit,
regulations
submit.
on how big things can be.
It's like 3 feet by 4.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should be good.
it's going to be amazing.
And then
Cool,
the-
yeah, Art All Night, June, Father's Day weekend, 15th, 16th, whatever.
Talk
that
about
is.
Art All Night. People think about Art All Night last year.
Yeah, right.
And what to think about this year. And personally, I was at Art All Night, and I came up a couple hours before the incident took place.
Right.
And my reaction to people was, what happened had nothing to do with the fucking event.
Right.
People
Absolutely
were cool.
not.
The people were amazing. The people who set it up were amazing. People who worked there and played there were amazing. So
It's just a bummer because that's what we try to do every year, is to show that.
Yeah.
And then something like this, the problem is right away, you know how the internet is.
What's going on?
Well,
Yeah.
So Art All Night last year, I was
What
there.
are you saying?
And a couple Art All Night.
Art all night.
Yeah,
Oh,
in Trenton. Sorry, I've had a couple of beers today.
Arthur for the evening.
Yeah. So
It's a
something
24-hour
happened there
event.
last year. A couple of hours after I left, it happened. And people think about that.
what
Let's talk
happened?
It's a
about that.
major positive
Shooting
thing that
happened.
happens in Trenton.
A shooting happened.
It's 24 hours from 3 p.m. on Saturday, 3 p.m. on Sunday. There's a 24-hour film festival that I run. There's bands playing all the time. There's food, and then there's art throughout the old Roebling Wireworks building.
Sure.
There's like interactive activities as
Interactive
well.
activities.
Yeah.
There are what's the word I'm looking for? People talk about art and what you can do. Bands, DJs. There's tons of stuff. It's a very positive event.
It's an awesome time.
It bothers me, and it does. It just bothers me that whenever it's nobody's fault. Whenever I have to talk about it, I have to talk about that.
Sure.
And that's
Right.
what kills me.
Right,
It's
there was 11 years worth of
Because
things happening.
please
Super
understand that that's
positive
why I'm
event.
bringing it up.
No, no,
I'm
no.
bringing it up because that's what happens, and I want to put that.
And I
to
hate that
rest.
people, and they do that, like, oh, what do you expect in Trenton? What
Yeah,
do you
right.
expect when
Right.
you have
It's
this?
like, well, there was
What do you-
11 years
There's-
before that you
Fuck
didn't
you.
cover it.
Right.
you
That's
know,
a
and,
fluke.
yeah.
It's like, what if there? I don't know where you're
Anomaly.
from. If there was a shooting at Septemberfest in Veterans Park, would people be that same way?
Right.
It's just shit fucking happens.
Yeah.
Oh, you have something in Trenton,
Yeah,
and that
right.
just shows you like the type of person they are.
the
They're like,
capital
Yeah,
of
what?
New Jersey.
like we deserved it.
Well, what do you?
something.
What do you
Fuck
expect?
you, man.
Ew, I'm not going. Why would you go to Trenton?
Honestly, a lot of the people, everyone that has come out of Trenton that's ever been a part of this show or ever contributed to the show or shared anything has been fucking amazing.
Yeah,
dude.
I
And the
love
thing
our
is,
fucking
city.
incredible.
The thing is, even that night, people were there who don't come to Trenton and go, wow, this is awesome. Like my mom, she's an old
Great
lady.
time.
She don't like
Right.
being out. She doesn't like being out at night in period anywhere.
Sure.
But she came like, this was awesome. This was amazing.
Yeah,
this
it's
was
really
great.
beautiful.
And it
Great
is.
time.
And everyone's like, yeah. It's just
Sure.
a great
It's
thing.
amazing. It's a
and
great
just
thing,
to
yeah.
have something like that spoil it, you're just like, oh, it just sets us back so far.
Right.
Sure.
And which has nothing to do with that. And then people, of course, right away. Like, yeah, what do you do? You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, come on. Like, you can't have anything. Like, what did you expect? And that brings us back to the way people, even this shit that we were saying earlier, like, how people think. And they have this, like, you're like this. Well, you know what I mean? How would it's Trenton.
But at
How
the
can you have
same
anything good?
At the same time, there's a lot of really great people involved that run it. There's a lot of really great people that
Sure.
are involved that participate
Absolutely.
in it. And this year's just going to be better than
It's
ever.
going to be great.
Oh yeah, dude.
We're not
So
stopping.
y'all
We
should
don't
come.
stop.
When is it?
July
Father's
15th,
Father's
right?
Day weekends.
Yeah.
So like June 17th, something like
Something
that.
like that.
We should know.
June
this
We should
day.
know.
15th.
Yeah.
I think it's
Right?
the
I
15th.
think
Yeah.
it's the 16th.
Shout out to Joe, man.
Yeah.
Joke is
But
up
the-
the
yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Joe, I also work with the Trenton Punk Rock Flea Market, and our next event
Sure.
is August 10th
And
at
his
Neshaminy
band
Creek.
played there recently.
No, we just did the Asbury Park Punk Rock Flea Market.
Different. But you should come to the Trenton Punk
Always go.
And the Trent Palmer Flea Market actually produced our movie Girls Who Smell Blood.
They did.
Awesome.
Good shit.
We do a lot of commercials for them, and they're like, let's help you guys out with your features. So
And where can people find you guys?
DIY. In other words, it's the word Y. It's D-I, the word
Why?
Y. Films. And you can
Because
find
we
it.
got
No, it's really like, why do we keep doing this?
Why did I wake up this morning?
DIYfilms.com. And if you look up Sodomaniac, or the movie's original title was Teenage Bloodsucking Bimbos, but the company we sold it to changed it so that we can make
Actually,
some money.
So you get
So like,
searched
great
for it?
movie, we love it. We're gonna have to change
Right.
that title. And trust me, everyone goes, "Oh, but that's such a great title." But try having a movie called Sodomaniac, where you Google it and you're like, I'm seeing things I should never
right.
fucking see. You know what I mean? It's not like I looked up Pizza Hut Kid, you know? Like, but I'm like, so you're seeing
Sodomaniac.
Sodomaniac,
If
you
you spell
see
that
shit-
wrong or something.
Or let's look. What are the two keywords in it? Teenage bimbo, right? You're not gonna get our movie. So
Sucking.
Girls Just Wanna Have Blood. We're like, boom, it works. It's fun. My actors can tell their parents they're in a movie. You know, what I mean, I can tell. You know, it's like
Teenage
that.
bimbos.
Yeah, I got these bimbo ass.
And plus, I don't know how acceptable the word bimbo is anymore. But if
Right,
you
but
watch the
that's
movie,
the-
if you watch the movie, you'll understand how they use that
Right.
to
It's a good movie.
trick how dumb men are. But you know,
They're dumb.
they are dumb.
Dude, I want to thank you for being here tonight, man. You've been
doubt.
fucking
You
amazing.
did a good job.
Thank
bud.
you. I did.
Thank
Well
you.
played.
Good job.
You're a winner.
I did
Anything
it.
you guys want to promote?
Yeah, what you got?
I don't have much going on. You know, I've got a couple of albums in the works, but I got no release date for them. One's with the Trenton producer Bachman. Still working on stuff with Il Omega. You know,
I love him, dude.
yeah,
He's
he's the
great.
fucking man.
He was on the
And-
show last season. He was fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, him and Rocky, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
They were awesome,
Shout out to
dude.
Rocky. Over Everything's working on new stuff. I'm in another band that also has to change its name because it's fucked up. Nah. It was group text, but there was a tradition. It was started. It's like a collective of Trenton artists that do a different thing every time. And I like rap over popular songs by other Trenton artists, but now it's like we're gonna keep doing it, so I have to change the name. So I had a bunch of shit going on that's nowhere near completion, I guess. That's my announcement. RaymondStrife.com.
That's what I was gonna say. Where do people find a collective of information?
Yeah, RaymondStrife.com, and then on everything. And the only reason I really made the website was to have all the music videos like in one click without like the algorithm stopping you from seeing them because there's like 100 of them.
Right, sure.
But I don't update it as much as I should. But yeah, there's a ton of info on it anyway. So.
Thanks for being here, dude.
Dude, I love being here. I wish I could be here more. You
Yeah,
know?
I want you
didn't
here.
work
I
for
want
a living.
all you guys fucking here more.
We're
This is a
moving
great show
in.
tonight, man.
This is all we have.
Pack it up.
That's my couch.
Well, you're lucky. I got arcade machines here and shit, man. It's fucking fun here.
I'm sleeping
so,
behind the Pac-Man. I forgot two things.
Behind the
Yeah, go ahead.
Pac-Man.
Hana Lee, the band, man, their new
Hell yeah,
album's
dude.
coming out, and Piss new album's coming out. Done. Keep an eye out for it.
Okay, where can people find that?
Hana Lee. Is that like from Puff the Magic Dragon?
Yeah, this is where you go when you're high, man. Hana Lee.
Woo-wee! Where can people find it?
HanaLee.com, Piss.
Spell Hana Lee.
Yeah, Hana Lee is HONAHLEE. Hana Lee.
2 words.
I thought you were going to get that wrong.
I know, I have.
That was close.
Because we Puff the Magic Dragon. And then Pissed, I don't know.
Are you pissed?
Are you pissed on Facebook or something? But it's awesome. We got 2 new albums coming out. We just,
It's called something, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just the drummer and lead singer, so I'm the least important in both bands.
You guys have all been amazing tonight.
You've been amazing.
Anything
You've
else?
been amazing.
You've been amazing, and you've been amazing.
Check under your seats. I left you a bride.
You get a movie.
Hell yeah.
You're all going to take home piece
You
of
get a
toast.
movie.
And is there anything you want to promote? Dude, Rob Marchi has
There
been sort of
is.
like honorary this
There
fucking
is.
season.
Yeah, it's
Go
been a
ahead.
good time being on here.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to throw this out there. We're playing 2 shows this month. We're about to put an album out. We just got them recording.
Who's we?
Chop Shop Studios, Suspect.
There you go.
I'm in a punk band named Suspect. We just did the punk rock flea market in Asbury. We'll be playing in Bristol, PA on June 7th. We're in Asbury Park at the House of Independence the 28th. 28th, yeah, with H2O. We're playing with H2O.
what?
That's fucking
Yeah, we'll be at the
dope,
House of Independence on the 28th with H2O. And
It's a good venue, too.
Actually, the Bristol show, let me just check it out. The Bristol show's with Beer Me, Hang It Up Flat and Heavy Coffin at Noble Earth. 212.
Yo, fucking Double Earth rules.
Yeah, 212 Mill Street in Bristol, PA. And then we're playing with H2O and Sunstroke in The Last Stand at Wisdom and Chains was on that show. They came off. I think they had some health issues going on, but we're going to be playing with H2O at the House of Independence on the 28th.
Cool.
Should be good. Just finished an album, Chop Shop Studios, Big Stress. Thank you so much. That shit should be out soon. We're working on some new merch and some, album bullshit. But
Awesome.
Need a music video.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Team Rockset is playing as Dino Fest on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's the same night as Pissed.
Woo!
So that's going to be fucking awesome.
Good time.
Wait to see you there,
This
bud.
is a good
dude.
time.
We're all gonna get
This is a good
arrested.
fucking time. Suspect 732 on Instagram. Check us out.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Sorry, man.
Excuse me, let me out of here.
No, you can get out
I'm
of
gonna
here.
get over to the microphone here. Mac host, this is microphone number 4. Yep. Ray Strife, you're gonna perform tonight, yes?
Sure.
Okay, now listen.
You insist.
We've all been drinking a little bit tonight.
Right.
So I'm hoping that we get this right the first time when I hit play.
No, we'll fuck it up.
We'll fuck it up.
It's
Now,
okay.
You're gonna do 2 songs tonight?
I'll do 2 songs, sure.
As long as the microphone is
What's up?
fucking right to this time.
Yeah, microphone is it right? Number 4 should be right. Number 3 is fucking closed off. Do you hear us? Are we recording?
Watch out.
You can hear me.
Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You hear me clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna get the music up.
All right.
Hopefully we fucking kill this the first
Yeah,
time.
we'll fuck it up. It's all right. You're allowed.
Wait a minute, Rick.
Yeah.
Turn those lights up.
Life.
Which ones?
Einstein's.
Woo! It's bright in here now.
Is that bright?
No, I'm good. I don't care.
He's alright.
I don't give a fuck.
It's not really as bright as it feels like in real life. If that's what
There you go.
IRL.
Which one are we starting with?
I think we're gonna do Cotton Weary first.
Cotton Weary?
Give it a shot. See what happens.
How do I turn this on? Press this
Hit
button?
that little button. I can come over there. And
What do I do? Just tell me what to do. I hate
I don't know
iPhones,
what
so
you
I don't
did.
get these motherfuckers.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
This one goes out to all you guys in the back there. A lot of hand movements happening.
Armstrong, the late great Dr. Fate, Gene Wilder, our scenes Wilder, Trenton, New Jersey, capital city, leave your girl on the filer. When I'm on trial for defiler, I get the email, I delete that file. I thought it was final, I was in denial in more ways than one that the shit went viral. Getting checked out is not my style. Putting my blood up in that vial. The kid is vile with a lifestyle not viable, but still somehow desirable. The stool with the style, I'm on, just like the Bible. Shit is tribal, like bad tattoos. PFG, it's hard to find them. Bunch of swords, I'm getting more dumb than the boyfriend that she confides in. That's when I slide and ride in lungs like the oxygen nut, and then I'm riding. Back to Chambersburg, it's a shame you heard. Can't see my game with words, I'm exchanging words. Now I took the girls like stains on shirts. If I made it work, how can I change the words? Blood stains, we can't afraid from work. Purple rain, making angels hurt. I remain a jerk, that outrageous bird. Then the team came to change the earth. Yo! Cotton weary, cotton weary, cotton weary, cotton weary. You think you know me, but you don't really. Cotton weary, cotton weary. Yeah. Everything you pussies think is real isn't. Everything you fake rap castles isn't wisdom. Ray Strife, I'm shooting my on your girlfriend's in the back house. What you're in prison, all you fucks in the mental. Real raps from Jersey, you can check my credentials. Fuck with me out of state, I'm fucking up your dental. DKFG, blowing lines in the rental. Blowing lines is essential. Every day I'm reaching my potential. Leaving it birth's accidental. There's no need to be vengeful. Our Jersey is central. Louis making lentils. Robot house is the center of hell. Fool demons being helpful in a sense that's general. At attention, generals, you never cool while they talk about my genitals. Dick rules got them lining up sooner. Call you the super because I moved her and now I can't remove her. If you could get here sooner than later before I ruin her, my Moby Dick was the white whale she was looking for and I just harpooned her. It's not a sailboat, motherfucker. It's a schooner.
It was a very insightful program on which it was made abundantly clear that I'm an innocent man. So until you find me standing over a dead body with a knife in my hand, I think you better treat me with the rights and privileges accorded to every innocent citizen in this country.
You think you know me, but you don't really. Cotton weary, cotton weary. You think you're healthy, but you're not peeing clearly. Eat some broccoli, eat some broccoli. These other rappers, man, they can't get near me. Cotton weary, cotton weary. You think I'm joking, but I'm so sincerely cotton weary, cotton weary. Yo. Alright, I fucked that one up a little bit, but I know maybe it's fucking with you guys, but can I get the beat back up for the next one? Because that's kind of where I lost my shit. Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Can we do?
We have a sort of. Go ahead. Which one? Hit it.
I just want to do it before it plays something wrong. This is we're professionals. There it is. Alright, this one's for Lil Omega. He loves the song. Couldn't be here. I'm gonna fuck this one up for sure. There's a new one. This is how we do it. I'm the Harvey Dent of Trenton. Hit me, but you barely put a dent in. I send you to the dentist. My heart breaks, I mend it. Trenton makes the world's pretending. East Coast realism. Send my New Brunswick friends in. You get high, I've ascended. Give me a bond, I bend it. Give me a rule, I break it. The cycle's never ending. I rap tremendous. I rap condescending. I don't believe in the system, but I am the defendant. I want no detention. I get mad attention. An honorable mention. The point of mad contention. Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Heroes for the renting. Feeling friendless. High stakes. Fuck a friendship. DKFG relentless and endless. Stand up against the tempest. My temper, I'm senseless. Nobody's on the guest list. I get shit, you're bested. I use no Smith & Wesson. Used to go to confession. Now I push it down like it was indigestion. The Catholic Church is evil, protecting priests molesting. I take no suggestions. I take indiscretions to the face and eat them.
Shit out raps from digestion.
My style's impressive. Your style's depressing. I always say fuck off, but this time I meant it. Trenton, I'm a resident. Chambersburg, I'm president. Fuck what you believe in, and everything you represent. I am now exempt. You ask for strife, it's what you get. My evidence is heaven sent, but hell is where I'm headed next.
Sisyphus, 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 Sisyphus,
666,
Sisyphus, 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 Sisyphus.
I did better than I thought I would do on that one. So that's a win. That's a win. Awesome talk. Woo! DKM. Thank you guys for having me.
Good enough, right?
Yo, I want to thank Tony Goggles, Sarah Casey, Ray Strife, Rob Marchi, who's been fucking honorary this fucking season, man. What They Should Have Done podcast.
Thank you.
Dude,
Thank you for having
it's so
us.
good
Yeah.
to fucking see you.
It's great to be here.
Hell
man.
yeah,
Great
man.
to be here.
And thank you everybody who watched tonight and shared tonight, man. Fucking great show tonight. And check us out. Hit like and all that other shit. I don't know. I've been drinking all fucking night. Awesome Talk online, Awesome Talk TV on Instagram and all that other shit. And thank you so much. So,
Yeah.
Let me know. Let me know.